Live from Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium in Minerva, this is the SmeeSports Pregame Show, live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Here comes the banner, and here we come on your screen. I am Nathan Smee, Daniel Clark to my left, Bryce Fisher to my right this evening. On your screen, it is flipped, as that is how screens work nowadays. But either way, it is week 7 of the OHSAA football season. Somehow, in some way, we are in spooky season, the month of October, and the competition, albeit with some cold weather coming, is heating up.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm excited for today's game tonight.
Yeah, I'm really excited for tonight's game. I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Opposed to having 3 highlights today because, well, our game of the week last week included Minerva, we will have 2 highlights to open up the show, and then an interesting conversation about the Hall of Famers this year, as tonight is the Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Tomorrow is the official luncheon for it, but tonight we do recognize a lot of those athletes, a lot of great ones to talk about. But first, let's talk about last week for the Minerva Lions, a gut-wrenching 56-6 loss. When Jeremiah Thomas scores on back-to-back plays from scrimmage, there's only so much that you can do as a football team.
Yeah, there was a lot going on last game. You know, you had JT scoring, you had Grady, Gavin Gregory scoring, then you had Grady Hurst scoring. I think it was just a good game all around for West Branch. Minerva, we got to definitely pick it up this weekend, and just let the crowd know, let the people know there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of good things happening in practice. I was just talking to the coach. He said there was a lot of stuff changing going on in practice, a lot of different looks that Salem is giving, so there's going to be a whole different change.
Yeah, a lot of hearts get broken during homecoming, and they got their heart broken during that game. I think they're able to bounce back. With this game, though, it's definitely a lesser competition. It's still a good EBC matchup, but it is definitely lesser competition from last week.
But Salem is still a very tough team, as you said. It's lesser, but not by much. You bring back almost everybody. Derek Osh and Joey Kane are the 2 big losses on offense in regard to skill position players. But a 49-34 loss on the road at Alliance. Alliance obviously getting 10 times better from 24 than in 2025. They took that next step up, but still a barn burner game. A lot of offense, not a lot of defense. I see positives, but at the same time, 49 points allowed. You combine it with what Minerva allowed. Between these 2 teams, 100-plus points allowed in Week 6. That is a wild statistic.
Yeah, most definitely. And Salem's defense has been getting better as the season progresses. Last week, playing Alliance, I know they just allowed Alliance to score every single quarter, and that's something that they can't allow this game.
Yeah, and for Salem, I think they had the right schemes in place, but their defensive backs were really lazy on deep balls and short threats, where the guys that we've seen like Taj Nicholson and Cam Byrne over and over again can beat you really hard downfield.
And now I think it's a good time to take a look at our Athletic Hall of Famers. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about each of them and then looking at their exploits, as there are a lot of great people on here. I will preface this: if we do mispronounce a name, I do apologize. We do not have phonetic spelling for our Hall of Famers, unfortunately. We're going to take a good stab at it. Hopefully it's accurate. If not, once again, I do apologize. And congratulations once again to all of our great Hall of Famers, starting with Robert Mutagili, as he did track, football, and basketball at Minerva. Looking at his exploits for track, 4-time letter winner, so all 4 years. As for football, 3-time letter winner, played for coaches from the 70s, 73 through 75. A lot of good football for the Minerva Lions back in maybe a glory day or so. Basketball, 3-time letter winner, played for Larry Hackenberg during his time as a Minerva Lion. 1976 grad, a part of the class of 2025 for the Athletic Hall of Fame. As for number 2, Brent Knight, class of 93. And you look at his exploits. Wow. Baseball, basketball, football, baseball, 2-time team captain, 2-time first team All-NBC. That is the old EBC conference back when Louisville was in the conference until I believe around 2018. Honorable mention in 91, 4-year letter winner in baseball. As for basketball, 92-93 team captain, second team All-NBC, 92-93. Honorable mention the year before that, and he was a 3-year letter winner. As for football, team captain back in 92. First team All-Stark in 92, same with All-NBC. Honorable mention, All in the District same year. Before that in 91, he was All-NBC second team. and he was also a member of the East-West All-Star Game back in the day. And the key moment they have listed for him during his football career, he delivered a game-winning touchdown in Minerva's 14-10 victory over state-ranked West Branch, securing a 9-1 regular season and a playoff berth, the third in school history. That is impressive. Then you go down his senior statistics: 37 catches, 689 yards, 7 scores. He has a single-season receiving yards record with 689 back in 92, and also career receiving yards, which I believe was at the time, or could still be the case, at 989, as once again, Minerva has been historically a run-first team. Then you go and look at him at the college level: 93-94, Northern Kentucky University baseball. And then after that, football with Mount Union College, now known as the University of Mount Union, in 94-95, and he was an OAC champion. That is quite an impressive list right there. Bryce, any input on that? Obviously, you played baseball, but to add in those other sports, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. And obviously, when you have that kind of resume, you're putting in the work year round. That takes a lot on the body, and for him be able to play all those games year round, make sure he's available at all times, that's wildly impressive.
Next, we go to our youngest member of the Hall of Fame, class of 2018, Mackenzie Scott. If you look at Minerva, the city of Minerva, when you drive in, you see some state championship signs. They are for cross country and track. Well, Mackenzie Scott's a reason why those are up there, as she was a 4-year letter winner, 3-time first-team All-NBC, 4-time first-team All-Stark, 4-time first-team All-East District, 4-time state qualifier, school record holder in the 5K of 18 minutes and 30 seconds, 3 straight qualifying teams, 6th place in 2017, which was her senior year, Stark County Runner of the Year in 17, as well All-Ohio, 7th in the state. And that was the highest girl ever to finish at Minerva history at the time, which that's impressive in its own right. Pick regional champion that same year, EBC Stark and district runner-up, track and field as well, 4-year letter winner. You go down the list. Then she had a very storied career for Youngstown State, Division I full scholarship. That is a big thing to note. Not too many come out of Minerva, so when you do see it, you do take notes, and that's exactly what Mackenzie did. Once again, class of 2018, and now post-college, Boston Marathon qualifier and finisher in 2024, and in the Cleveland Marathon, 4th overall in 2025. I'm impressed.
Yeah, most definitely. My mom, she was able to get a lot of 5Ks in her college days. And honestly, I don't know if she's ever – she ran track as well at Mount Union College at the time. You know, they transferred to University of Mount Union. But those right there are some stats. Those are some stats.
And then one that is relevant for today, it is going to be Dalton Harshorn, class of 2015 grad. Football was his expertise. 3,622 career rushing yards, second all-time in school history, plus 50 career TDs, which is still a school record. Single game rushing record, 337 yards. That might be overall yards, just total, but I believe it could just be rushing, as once again, Minerva, a pretty much run-only team, and that has been a historical mantra. He has been an 1,000-yard rusher twice for them. 1903 his senior year, and before that, 1121 in 2013. 4-year letter winner, 2014 first team All-Ohio and NBC Player of the Year, 2013 honorable mention All-Ohio, 2012 NBC second team, 13 and 14 he was first team. In 2014 he was the WHBC and Canton Repository first team running back, and he was also the Player of the Year for the Repository back in 2014. As for wrestling, 156 career wins, first all-time in school history, 482 takedowns, third all-time, 823 team points, that is third all-time as well. 49 wins in a season, that is still a school record here at Minerva. 181 takedowns in a season is 5th. Career record, 156 and 34. Qualified for states 3-time. Placed 3 times at Top Gun, which is held over at Harry Fields Gymnasium. 4-time first team Stark County. Senior year record, 35 and 6. First at the Hoover Invite. 3rd at Top Gun and at the Cambridge Invites. Then for baseball, 2-time letter winner, has the record for most stolen bases in a season with 15. And that senior year, 347 average, 26 for 75. And that was a pretty impressive number for him. And then in track, why not add in a letter in 2012? A lot of very talented players being enshrined and immortalized here in little old Minerva, Ohio tonight. Congratulations to them and their family. It would have been fun to have seen a lot of them play, as once again, looking at those stats, gentlemen, if we could see that on a daily basis, I think we're here for it.
Yeah, most definitely. That's insane. I know when I was playing baseball in high school, we also had a record breaker for stolen bases. His name was Logan Williams. He didn't go. He did play baseball in college for a few years, and now he owns his own business. And just to put the effort in to just break a record all 4 years, he played varsity baseball. He lettered all 4 years. So I understand. I've seen it before. I've never done it myself. I played baseball, like I said, but that just takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, and just a grind to put into it.
Oh, 100%. I've seen a couple broken records just around the Federal League when I played. I saw Landon Dahl break the single-season strikeout record at Jackson. I saw Alex Laird break the single-season stolen base record at Glen Oak. I think he had 30, which was just an insane number, an insane mark to even get to. To get on base almost once a game is impressive enough.
And I think that makes up for not having an extra highlight today. Now, as we go into our commercial break, when we come back, it is time to take a look at each team. What do they have to do tonight to win? How do these teams look? And then looking specifically at Salem, who is the old high school comparison for Mr. Cletus Monroy, the true do-it-all quarterback for the Quakers? Time locally at Dr. Robert H. Hine Stadium as we toss things back down to the field is 6:10 p.m. as you are watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow. No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics. The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes. Whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter, we do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions! Welcome back to Dr. Robert H. Hine Stadium in Minerva as you are watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Back in the peanut gallery, I am Nathan Smee, Bryce Fisher to my right, Daniel Clark to my left. Gentlemen, let's get into the nitty-gritty of both of these football teams, starting with Minerva. I left it the same from last week as really the same exact storylines are still here. One loss does not change that. This is a different culture, a different team. But after last week, how do you balance that 4-game win streak with the reality of tougher opposition in the EBC?
Yeah, it's a new day. It's a new week. Like I said earlier, they've been prepping all week for practice. A lot of stuff goes into that. You know, you have to sit down with quarterback coaches. You have to sit down with wide receiver coaches, cornerback coaches. Every single coach has to be engaged, and that's what was going on last week. Every single person was engaged. They just could not come on top. But this week I think it's going to be an entire different game. The energy has to be different. Like I said last week, they had to come with that energy. It was homecoming week. Just make a difference on the field.
Yeah, I think this is a good chance for them to get back in rhythm. It's definitely a winnable game in comparison to last week's. I think today is a great opportunity for them to open the playbook up, see what they really have offensively, because I think they are focusing on two big games they have with Marlington and Carrollton as their best chances to get into the playoffs with 6 wins.
And you said it perfectly. I think it's officially they have to be 5-5 or better to get in.
Yes.
But I think that gives them a 1% chance. 6-4, it's still not ideal, but I think 6-4 is doable. They have a shot tonight, but I think, as you said, Marlington and Carrollton, especially with the gut-wrenching injury of Cam Evidence, that definitely does make next week's game, our game of the week, a lot more interesting and a lot more manageable for the Minerva Lions. Another big storyline, those running backs. Timmy Kirkpatrick already bruised last week. Nate Linkus, he got a lot of the workload, and he had some struggles last week. It wasn't until the final minute 48 of the entire ball game, that he found the end zone, making it 56-6, which was your final. How do you get them healthy, but at the same time make sure that your best guys are out there for each pivotal play? As to find that balance, it's easier said than done, even though you have potentially 5 or 6 runners on your roster right now.
Yeah, you just got to have a lot of trust in your second string. I mean, Nate Linkus, he's obviously a really good player for the Minerva Lions. You just got to have a lot of trust in your second string.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to prep and preparing your guys, knowing that they're going to be running the ball often. They ran the ball 88% of the snaps last week, so I think going off of that, they have to be prepared to take a lot of damage during practice. Like DC said, they had a really good week of practice, which hopefully prepared them for tonight.
And then my final point that I have written down for Minerva, can this become a bounce-back game? And would a bounce-back game necessarily constitute a victory tonight?
Yeah, 100%. You know, they had that run. They had that game-winning streak, the 3-game winning streak. And honestly, you want to just keep on doing what you can do as you can go and progress on through the season. This is going to be a really good game just to see where they're at going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think this is definitely their chance to bounce back in one of the more winnable games. Obviously, I said that Carrollton and Marlington are going to be their 2 big ones that they want to focus on, but I think this has a really good chance of being their trap game, their game where they sneak up on Salem and maybe pull out a big-time win here.
And now looking at one of the best offenses in the league in Salem, they average 38 points per game. You know what the big downside is, gentlemen? They allow 35 points per game. It's a barn burner every single week for the Salem Quakers, and that's really no surprise, just given how they play. I believe they run the ball around 39 times per game, and as for passing, around 15 times. Still, a big reason why they are sitting at 3-3 today is Cletus Monroy, the starting quarterback for the Salem Quakers. I've seen him before. We watched the film. My first thing I'm going to say, and I believe, Bryce, you have a better line of reason to give an argument to this more than DC does. He reminds me a lot of Northwest quarterback, now graduated Northwest quarterback, Chase Badger. But DC, since obviously I don't think you've seen Mr. Badger play, I'm going to toss it over to you and ask, how do you operate in this game as a true dual threat, especially given that the identity known by most, at least looking at the numbers, is that they run the ball?
Yeah, establish the running game. That's what a team has to do first. If you look at Mount Union's play, if you look at any team's play and they establish the run game, that's usually the most threatening team going into any rankings, any division play. So just establish the running game and then pass the ball efficiently. When you get the ball in the quarterback's hands, let your receivers run their routes diligently. You have to be able to do that, but establishing the running game is the most important thing.
Yeah, I think that he has a really good opportunity, and I completely agree with your take. When I saw it on our sheet for the pregame show, I immediately went back and watched some of the Chase Badger film, and I see it for sure. It reminds us a lot of a young Lamar Jackson or a recently drafted Jalen Milroe, where he has the ability to be a running threat like a tailback, but he also has the ability to throw a really good deep ball. Still needs to work on the middle of the field accuracy in the short game, but I think he has a really good opportunity here as he's on pace for 1,200 yards each.
And you said it perfectly. I believe just over 700 in each category. Looking further than just Cletus Monroy, because we can spend all day talking about the quarterback, and let's be real, Bryce, during our call of the game, a lot of our broadcast is going to be discussing Cletus Monroy and his successes and failures in this game. But there are, if I'm doing my math correctly, 21 other guys that we have to focus on. 10 offense, 11 on defense. You got the one score tag off your back, and that was a big one last year. For those who don't know, it necessarily wasn't the final play, but 4 games. 1-4 overall in one-score games, and a lot of those were technically lost in the final play. Yeah. The Alliance-Salem game, that's the controversial one that I was at. I thought that Salem had that first down. They were told no, and I think rightfully so. Coach Johnson was irate about it because all of a sudden, 10 seconds left, you're at the 10, and you have 2 shots at the end zone at your home, historic Sabo Stadium, which is a fortress for them to beat Alliance, and that was a winnable game for them, a game that they easily could have flipped. Keep in mind, 26-7 last year against West Branch. They were winning at one point, and we all saw that week 10, and we're like, uh-oh, they're about to make their way into the playoffs somehow. And once again, West Branch, they haven't lost this decade in the EBC. But how do they work off of that? How do they work away from those tags saying they're a team that does this, and in last year's case, it was a team that loses one-score games in a heartbreaking fashion?
Yeah, I just feel like they just have to score early. If they come out and they pound the ball all the way down the field and they score early, that honestly puts Minerva in a spot to where they're trying to get out of a hole. So if you go down and you score early, you're already taking that entire persona away from the team.
Yeah, I think I'm going to focus more on this year. I think they are getting away from that, but this year, every single game so far, all 6, they have totaled both teams over 65 total points. I think they would like to limit that scoring this game, whether it's the offense being more efficient and taking more time off the clock, or it's the defense limiting those possessions and stopping those touchdowns from scoring.
And then the final thing that it's really a true statement here. This is a must-win game, even though we don't like using the term must-win game. It is a must-win game for the Salem Quakers. 3-3, it's a turning point. You drop to 3-4. You look at the rest of your conference schedule. Already got West Branch in there. That's probably going to be a loss week 10. You can't say playoff qualification, especially when it's only 12 teams making it to the last week, which if they do, they're most likely going to lose if history has any indication. And that's nothing against Salem. Once again, West Branch is yet to lose in the EBC this decade. You have to look at that approach to the teams. You have Carrollton in there, and you do have Marlington. Marlington, the more convincing of the two, because once again, according to what I'm hearing from Carrollton, they have turned a leaf. This is a team that really took that Akron-Garfield loss on the chin and became a better team because of it. Now, tonight against Alliance, I don't know if that's going to matter, but still, do you agree with the sentiment, DC and Bryce, that this is a must-win game, or if they drop to 3-4, the sky's not going to just fall and everything's gone?
Yeah, I think it is a must-win game. I also don't like that term a lot because you have a few more games in the season. You have an opportunity to win and still make playoffs. But like you said, man, West Branch is a really hard team to beat. So this is one of those games where it's like, man, we got to put our all into this game. Most definitely just have to hit the field and just look at winning the entire game. You can't look at, even if you get down, you have to look at, okay, this is how we come back and this is how we stay on top.
Yeah, I think this really is a must-win game for them. Per Drew Pastor, if they lose this game, they have a 1% chance to make the playoffs. They're currently the 12th seed. If they win their next 3 games, they're projected to be seeded into 10 seed, which is still a very low seed, but it would sneak them into the playoffs.
A 10-7, especially in the month of March, which obviously would be November, but especially in the month of March, we've learned it over the course of history. It is an easy upset potentially for the Salem Quakers. If they can put themselves a little bit higher, they would like to do that. And speaking of putting yourself a little bit higher, that is what I want to do in the prediction leaderboard. Am I in last place anymore, ladies and gentlemen? No, I am not. But I am not towards the top as we toss things back down to the field. Your time locally in Minerva is 6:23. When we come back, it's predictions and keys to victory as you are watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow. No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva, or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics. The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes, whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter. We do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions! Ladies and gentlemen, I am in a more jovial mood this time as I am no longer in the basement with Cameron Cazzo, as it is time for predictions. DC, what was that about, man?
Hey, you've been last like all season, and you just got out that hole, so that's definitely funny.
They let me out the basement for this one, so hopefully they don't let me right back in. I think we're going to start with Cam and Gabe because, well, they're not here to defend themselves, so we can have some comments. Actually, Cam will be here tomorrow as we have Holy Name in CVCA football. He can attempt to defend himself then, which hopefully that attempt is going to be him rage quitting and simming 10 seasons into the future, just as we see for the LA Chargers often on NFL memes. So, starting with game number 1, he has Wadsworth over Hudson, then going down Avon Lake over Olmsted Falls, Perrysburg over Findlay, Toronto over Tuslaw, Big McKinley over Hoover, Medina over Cleveland Heights, Nordonia over Twinsburg, Mid-Park over Ridgeville, St. Ed's over St. Ignatius, Moeller over Elder, Westland over Westerville North, Lake over Jackson, Fitch over Perry, Canfield over Louisville, and Brunswick over Euclid. As for Mr. Koza, Hudson, Avon Lake, Perrysburg, Toronto, McKinley, Medina, Nordonia, Mid-Park, Eds, Moeller, Westerville North, Perry, Canfield, and Brunswick are his predictions. It's kind of got caught off guard there as it's the band practicing the national anthem, but it sounded like it was on the field for a second.
Yeah, I thought it was initially.
I was about to just gotta get up real quick for that one.
Hey, J-Rod behind the camera, I thought he stood up real quick.
But either that's the right thing to do, though. That's the right thing to do. Looking at the standings, Cam is now in the basement, 42 and 48. I have been set free, 45 and 45. Gabe, 50 and 40. The fans, 51 and 39. We're coming for you. When I say we, I mean Gabe more than anything. But then again, you never know. Don't call it a comeback, especially if this is not going to be a comeback. I'm going to tell you that right now, ladies and gentlemen. Even though this week's games are predictable, I think I've said that every single week of this is the week I'm getting back in it, and it ages like milk.
Yeah, you aren't getting back in it ever.
Hey, man.
I don't know. You might get back in there. I feel like this week's predictions is like, you have a chance.
I have 60 total predictions, including this week, to get back in it. We are not counting the playoffs. And then it's on the basketball season, hoping for the best, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to have to see. But game number 1, Wadsworth versus Hudson. I am going with Wadsworth. As for the fan vote, hopefully they're going with Hudson. And hopefully Hudson then, follow suit with what I need them to do. We're going to see here. They do have Hudson winning 28-25 in the fan vote. Gentlemen, who do you have in that one?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Wadsworth.
Give me Hudson. I believe in Xavier Paulo over there kicking field goals.
All right, game number 2, Avon Lake over Olmsted Falls. The fans are going with Avon Lake. I am going with Olmsted Falls to get the bounce back victory. DC, who do you have?
Yeah, bro. 3-3. I'm going Olmsted Falls.
I like Avon Lake in that one.
Okay, so Bryce is going against everything that we're going with right now. I think we're all in agreement, though, game number 3 of Perrysburg here.
Yeah, easily.
And the fan vote would agree, 38-7 in the fan vote. I mean, that was not really close necessarily. Game number 4, I think once again we're somewhat in agreement. Toronto over Tuslaw. That's what I have. That's what the fan vote has. DC, Bryce, any?
I'm not Canadian, so give me Tuslaw.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. Throwing shots over there on the Canadian folks, are we?
Oh, I love the Canadians.
But Brock Dial doing a great job over at Tuslaw. I believe that's where he went from Dalton after a great tenure there. So hopefully he is going to continue that. But tonight, once again, I just think Toronto has more than enough to win that game. Game number 5, McKinley and Hoover. Give me the Pups to give Hoover their first loss on the year.
Yeah, most definitely. Shout out to all the alumni at Mount Union for McKinley. We're going to go with McKinley.
Third time this year, I'm going against Hoover. Give me McKinley.
And the fan vote would have to agree. I think it's a clean sweep all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a good sign for us. That's where the receipts come out, isn't it? We need to start making those graphics just so Taven can go post it for Stark Sports and any of those school memes. They can go and clip it and post it.
Yeah. We also need to get a sports book going. Get everything going towards McKinley, and then all the money falls on Hoover, and the books always win.
That would be no. I don't know. Next up, Medina and Cleveland Heights. Medina wins the fan vote. I am going with Cleveland Heights in that one. DC, Bryce, who do you have?
I got Medina on that one.
Going Cleveland Heights. I'm right with you.
And Cleveland Heights, obviously losing Max Stevens as he was great there, and also lost Bernard Russ to DC. Speaking of Max Stevens, 40-0 at the half. Garfield over Bedford. The Bulldogs, the most improved team in the state of Ohio, with a win today, 6-1. Their only loss would be by 2 to a top 25 team in the state of Michigan. Wow. Right now, they're expected to host a playoff game. That's just absurd. Did not see that happen.
That team in Michigan, they probably weren't even that good because no one's good in Michigan.
Yeah, nobody's good in Michigan. We don't like Michigan around here.
Yeah.
Now that I think we can agree on. Going to the next game, game number 7, Nordonia and Twinsburg. I have the Knights winning that game. We are going to see the Knights on Thursday as their boys soccer team takes on Marlington. As for the fan vote, they are going with Twinsburg. Gentlemen, who you have?
I have Nordania on that one.
I have Nordonia as well.
Game 8, Ridgeville Mid-Park, a close one. I have Ridgeville. The fan vote has Ridgeville. I put Railton on there. I meant Ridgeville, but close enough. It's Ridgeville. Gentlemen, who do you have?
Go ahead and give me Berea Mid-Park.
Yeah, North Ridgeville or North Royalton, I'd take either of them over Berea.
I don't know. I think I'll take Berea over Royalton. I think that might be a game this season. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that might be one we have to check after this. Number 9, it is the Holy War. Eds Ignatius. Clean sweep, Eds?
Yeah.
Okay, for that one, St. Edwards. I'm going to go ahead and go with St. Edwards.
Okay, yes, a clean sweep all the way
Yeah,
around.
no question.
5 votes overall for St. Ignatius on the fan vote. And even less for Elder. They got 3 against Muller as Muller runs away with the fan votes. I am also going with Muller.
Yeah, me too. I'm going with Muller.
Yeah, I got to watch Ponatoski play some baseball last year down in Cincy. I got to take him.
He is just a
Stud.
special player.
Yeah.
Just special beyond special.
It's a spectacle.
He is one heck of a player, and I think he is going to have one heck of a collegiate career. Number 11, Westerville North and Westland. Westerville North, man. They just have a tough schedule. I have them getting a bounce back this week.
No, I got Westland on this one.
My little sister was upset with me last week that I didn't say hi to her. So, hi, Quinn. She picked this one. She went with Westland over my dad's alma mater, Westerville North.
The fan vote is more kind to your dad, as Westerville North has 73% of the backing from our fans on social media. Next up, Lake and Jackson. The Georges boys, another win according to the fan vote and according to me. Albeit, I was very close to going with Jackson in this one.
Yeah, I wasn't. I'm going with Lake.
My mom says she hates the polar bears, so let's go with Lake.
You're basically our resident Jack Harlow at this point, aren't you?
I have to be.
Game number 13, Perry and Austintown Fitch, a game that I covered last year for Q92. Fitch won it last year, and I think Fitch wins it again.
Yeah, most definitely. I know a kid named Donovan Oliver. He's an alumni over there at Austintown Fitch, so I'm going to go ahead and go with them.
I don't know anyone over there, but I like Fitch still.
The fan vote, though, going with Perry.
They're wrong.
Wow. I think you said that about Massel. I think you did say that about Massel and Eds, and that did not end well for you, Mr. Fisher. So we're going to see how that one ends up going. Another close one in the fan vote, Canfield taking down Louisville. I also have Canfield winning that one. Gentlemen, who do you have?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with Canfield.
Give me the Lips.
And then to round things out quickly, Brunswick and Euclid. I am going with Brunswick. The fan vote's going with Brunswick. Gentlemen, who do you have?
I'm going to go ahead and go with Brunswick.
I'm going Euclid here.
Wow. All right, I think it's time now for our Athletic Hall of Fame introductions. We're going to toss things downstairs for that. And when we come back, it is going to be time to listen to our keys to victory as we're watching the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Athletic Hall of Fame. First, Belton Rushmore.
Y'all hot here. Mr. Belton Rushmore. Mr. Brent Knight. 4 baseball, 18 captain, 93. First team All-ABC 92. Honorable mention All-ABC 1991. 4-year veteran for basketball, team captain 92-93. Second team All-ABC 92-93. Honorable mention All-ABC 91-92. And a 3-year veteran in football, team captain 1992. First team All-Star Calendar 92. First team All-ABC 92. Selling to the East-West All-Star Game, 3-year veteran, and delivered a game-winning touchdown in Minerva's 14-10 victory over state-ranked West Branch, securing 9 regular seasons and a playoff berth, the third in school history. In 1992 snaps, 37 receptions, 689 yards, and 7 touchdowns. School records on a single season receiving yard of 689 and career receiving yards of 989. Her house ball, and now community college in 1995, the OAC champion, and for baseball, University University, 1993 to 2024. Mr. Brent Knight. Robert Mattingly. 1976 drafted for football, a 3-time played for pitch with Tom Holmes, 73-74, and Carl Evans, 1975. For basketball, 3-time winner, played for pitch Larry Patrick. And track was a 4-time winner, played for pitch Tim Frederick. Holds the school record in 404-meter, a time of 39.3. Holds school record in 220-meter, a time of 22.2. Holds record in the 880-meter relay, a time of 131.2, third in his 30s. Holds school record in the relay, a time of 326.5. Co-captain in 1976. Most points this season,
for 165, those careers were 475 motion. In the 1986 fifth grader award, Mr. Robert Mattingly. And brothers, Mr. Mackenzie Scott. Drafted out of 2018 in cross country, a 4-year player, 3-time first-team All-AC, 4-time first-team All-Star, 4-time first-team All-East Nation, 4-time individual OHSAA state championship ball champion, the current school representative for 5K and Team Jersey, 2017 State Cross Country Runner of the Year, and 2017 OHSAA state championship all-around center. 2017 OHSAA Cross Country Princeton State, 2017 NBC and Star Championship and District runner-up. Winner of 3 straight OHSAA state championship all-time teams, including 6 postseason. 4 draft ranking, 4-year winner, 2018 first-team All-AC, 2018 NBC 3200-meter champion, 2018 Star County 3200-meter champion, 2018 OHSAA state championship, all Ohio honors, 2018 OHSAA state championship individual qualifier, school record holder for the 4,800-meter relay, school record holder for 1,300 meters, 2018 Eagle State Championship, all Ohio honors, third place for 600 meters, fifth place for 200. Minerva High School basketball team female athlete of the year, team NBC district and champions. For college at Youngstown State University, attended Division I LSU full athletics college, 13 varsity letters, cross country, indoor track, and outdoor track for 5 years. Placed in top 40 at the Rising League Cross Country Championship 4 times, earned all girls and women honors outdoor championship 10,000 meters, indoor championship 5,000 meters, and there were 5 Rising League outdoor track championship teams. Minus the outdoor track record, 5th all-time in 10,000 meters clear, 36.14, and 9th all-time in 5,000 meters, 17:21.45. Minus the British cross country records, 13th all-time in 5,000 meters, and 18:11. The post-college Kickoff is the 4th place female overall in the Minerva High in 2025, and a spot in Minerva qualifier and finisher in 2024. This is Mackenzie Scott. And your 2025 Minerva Athletic Hall of Fame, Salem Rushmore, Brent Knight, Robert Mattingly, and Mackenzie Scott.
And there you have it. There are the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to all of them. Just a great honor for them to get this tonight. All 4, we talked about them earlier on in the pregame show, all have had great careers at Minerva and beyond. And I'm sure that this night is going to be one that they will not forget. As DC rejoins us from being stuck in his nose, this is the SmeeSports Pregame Show live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Once again, Daniel Clark, Bryce Fisher over to my right, and I am Nathan Smee. Bryce and I will be on the call for you this evening. Gentlemen, it's time for Key to Victory. There's 3 keys for each team. DC, I'll pass it over to you. Get us underway with some thoughts on the Minerva Lions.
Yeah. So my first key is the offensive line for the Minerva Lions. They need to get pushed up front. One thing that we did not see when they played West Branch is that they didn't have a lot of push up front. They didn't have a lot of holes open up for Nate Lincolns to be able to get free and go score and just get to the secondary level. Get to the secondary level so your running back is able to bounce off of you and just get to the sideline and cruise up the sideline and score. My second key is be consistent on third downs. You have to convert after you get a third down. You can't go into a 3rd and long and stay behind the sticks, and then you're trying to either convert on like a 4th and short, or you're just going to give the ball up. My third key is let your quarterback try to throw the ball. Give him more opportunities to get the ball out faster so your passing game looks a little bit better this game.
And then, Bryce, I'll pass it over to you to give us some thoughts on the Salem Quakers.
Yeah, so first of all, I think they need to use their team speed well. I think they need to get outside the hashes and beat Minerva on the edges. And working with that, I would also like them to get Owen and TJ active in the passing game early, using seams, using bubble screens, whatever it may be, to get them the ball outside and let their feet do the work, because they're able to blow past any defender on the field. And for my final point, they need to limit their short yardage third downs on defense. They need to force Minerva into third and longs, force them into passing downs where Minerva struggles historically. That's something that will allow them to get their offense back on the field and limit Minerva from moving the ball and tiring out that defense.
The stage is set. The Hall of Famers now inducted. All that we have to do now tonight in Minerva, Ohio is play the game. The most important game so far for both teams this season. Who's going to get the victory? Is it the 4-2 Minerva Lions or the 3-3 Salem Quakers? Stay tuned here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel to find out our answer. As we go back down to the field, it is 6:45 p.m. in Minerva, as this has been the SmeeSports Pregame Show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Hang tight. Bryce Fisher and I have the call for you starting in around 10 minutes from now. But in the meantime, let's enjoy the Minerva High School Marching Band, the National Anthem, and all of the exciting ambient features of tonight's Week 7 OHSAA football matchup.
Sometimes I think that's I figured we got a spot out here, it'd be a lot better. Yeah.
/115.
when you are blasting Enter Sandman, when the other team is waiting for you, you know this is a big game, and that is exactly what is tonight for the Minerva Lions. As you see them on your screen, they welcome in the 3-3 Salem Quakers. It's an EBC dogfight, the Quakers and the Lions, up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Smacked into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Live from Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium in Minerva, this is OHSAA Football on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. It's a good one on hand tonight, Bryce, as the 4-2 Minerva Lions welcome in the 3-3 Salem Quakers. Kind of spoiled the fun a little bit there. He's Bryce Fisher. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. What an interesting matchup today. A whole lot of offense is expected, but the defense is right now expected to be in Cancun as we begin October.
Yeah, I think you're going to expect a lot out of these defenses tonight to limit the offenses. But so far this season, everything is said that this is going to be an offensive matchup. And then if it is, everyone likes to see an offensive game.
And there is DC on the field getting some good shots. That was where you were a week ago, Bryce. Tell us about your experience down there a little bit before we're underway.
It was awesome. You get to see a lot. You get to hear a lot of the coaches talking to each other. You get to hear some of the game plans, some of the changes that they're making. You also get to hear the frustration and excitement from the players who are scoring touchdowns or getting touchdowns scored on them.
So we'll be going down to him quite often during today's broadcast. But the big storyline for both teams, you win today, your playoff shots increase. You lose today, your playoff chances, they're pretty much gone. As I believe you said, Salem, a 1% chance with a loss today. How do you play with that in the back of your mind, but also play to your game plan knowing that one loss and your season's done?
I think it comes down to the seniors and the juniors who have been on this roster and who are here to lead and make sure that they are all prepared going into this game, not letting their heads get too far ahead of their feet, staying controlled, staying in your body, and trusting yourself as you go on today.
And a big thing for Minerva tonight in the first quarter, it is going to be the Sparkle Cheerleaders. These are cheerleaders with special needs. This is a new thing at Minerva High School. I absolutely love it. I talked about my story in connection with that last week. My cousin Delaney Zelenka, a home cheerleader for the Brunswick Blue Devils, diagnosed with Down syndrome. When she was born, that was the best case scenario. And to see just this opportunity and just to see their faces light up, man, it melts my heart.
Yeah, I love to see it. It's something that not a lot of schools and organizations are able to do just on various reasons, but I'm really glad that Minerva is able to do so. I know that my alma mater, Glen Oak, did have something in regards to that. I don't know if it was the exact same concept, but it was always cool to see how they got recognition throughout the game for what they were doing.
Not as many fans in attendance tonight as there were last week, but that is to be expected. Last week was homecoming. Tonight is the Hall of Fame night. We saw 4 great Minerva grades introduced as Athletic Hall of Famers. A great night for them. Now it's the current crop, the class of 2026, 7, 8, and 9, trying to enter their ranks with a win tonight. You win here, you're guaranteed a 500 season outside of the playoffs for the first time in, I believe, at least a decade. But it'll have to be the defense stepping up early on in this one, as it is Minerva set to kick this one away to the Salem Quakers. This defense, not bad at all this year, but still, I believe, averaging over 10 points per game allowed, up from 11 as they had a lot of points allowed last time out. But last year, 36.6, a lot different. I believe that has at least cut in half this season.
Yeah, and that's just the start of it, right? This is a whole new group of coaches. This is a new scheme, new concepts. As they go on and everything becomes natural and easy for these players, that's just going to continue going down.
Lining up for this kick is number 15, Xander Kirkpatrick, the sophomore. He is ready to go, and so are we. It's the first kick of the month of October, and we are off to the races with a flag.
Yeah, that's not how you want to start the game out, but I'm sure Minerva will clear their heads as soon as they get to the bench, and they're going to come out ready to go on defense.
Well, here come the Salem Quakers offense led out by senior sensation Cletus Monroy. An excellent year for the 6'1", 182-pounder. 89 throws, 59 completions, 673 yards, 7 scores, 3 interceptions. And it looks like they're just going to make him redo it, which I'm confused on that one here, Bryce, as it looked pretty clear-cut to me. The ball went out of play. You just set it up in really good field position for Monroy and company. But I guess we're trying it again, and wait, I think they just declined it and just said, or accepted it and said, you know what, re-kick it.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily Oh, there was a false start on Minerva, so they do have to re-kick with a 5-yard penalty since it was before the snap or the kick.
There is no snap technically, but I get what you mean there.
Yeah.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, that's not really common, but first play of the game, you know, you got the juices flowing, you want to get going, you're fired up, you're ready to go. As soon as you see that ball get contacted with, you want to be moving just a little bit too much.
All right, press rewind. Da-da-da-da-da. Kirkpatrick, the sophomore, ready to go. And here is the first kick of the month of October.
Much better on that one.
And this one will stay in bounds, and it will be returned by Will Harmon, the senior. Harmon has plenty of room on the far side, and he will take it into Minerva territory. A great return, and even better field position for the senior sensation, Cletus Monroy, to begin his day.
Yeah, there's laundry on the field, but really good return there. Got a little bit of a Le'Veon Bell type move where he slowed down, stuttered, wait for the hole to form, and then he shot through it like a cannon.
But talking about Monroy, 673 yards in the air, 799 on the ground, 66% completion rate, 8.4 yards per carry. He is truly the true package, the full package, and we go and make that comparison to a great, really, of Northwest High School, the Indians out in Canal Fulton, Chase Badger.
Yeah, he was obviously really good at his time at Northwest, and I think that we have a chance to see a similar type of player in Cletus Monroy with his kind of play personality.
And it is play action to get things underway. Monroy, far sideline, pass is caught. It's a big play for the Quakers, and it is a touchdown right off the bat. A quick completion up the far hashes, and it is a quick 6 for the visitors. That one taken in by X-Line, the sophomore. Touchdown number 4 on the year for Barron.
Yeah, I really like that play. That was a really cool play design as you have a guy running a really deep post, essentially being a clear out route, and then you have X-Line coming along the sideline, sort of trailing him about 10 yards separation. He's able to get behind that linebacker who was playing that curl flat, get the ball, and made a guy miss towards the 5-yard line, get into the end zone.
And here comes the extra point attempt, and it is through the uprights. How about that from the Salem Quakers? A 15-point loss on the road last week. Tonight, they started off in style. 1 play, 1 touchdown for Cletus Monroy. And the visitors on the scoreboard up 7-0 early on the Minerva Lions as you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. What a start for the Salem Quakers. It is Barron X-Line, the sophomore, with a touchdown. And during the break, Bryce, you understand now why that name sounded so familiar to you when looking at the roster, as you are a baseball guy yourself.
Yeah, I've seen him throughout the summer. He played for Nico Marchetti in the Warehouse Warcats. He is a stud on the mound. I know he gets up to mid-80s already as a young gun, and he's going to be even more lively. I see where he's getting that velo from. He's very athletic. He's got really good speed. I didn't know that he was a football player, though.
And also the Boulevard boys in the MASH Factory have representation. We'll see him on defense in a moment, as you will get to see Braden Van Dyne, the sophomore. He plays his summer ball for the MASH Factory Berkwin squad. Now a 16U team. Minerva's return, a solid one to get things underway, and they will set up Cannon Kirkpatrick and the offense at around their own 40.
Really good return by Owen Schick. Made a late cut there, but it worked out. He's able to make that one guy miss and fought off or kept moving, kept his legs moving as that guy was trying to get him with an arm tackle.
So here comes the offense, a wing tee by design. How does that play a factor in tonight's matchup, which we expected a lot of runs to begin, but one play from scrimmage, Bryce, and one touchdown in the air for the Salem Quakers.
Yeah, and obviously it's going to be a very different approach from Minerva as they hand the ball off.
A good sweep here. It is on the near side lane. Hawk has some space, and he is inside Salem territory. It's an excellent first run and an excellent first down. And Bryce, the seeds are starting to be sowed for a barn burner tonight.
Yeah, obviously we said it was going to be an offensive game early on here, and 2 plays so far, and we have 2 very big plays offensively. There's not a lot of defense being played so far, about a minute in.
An excellent blocks by the Minerva Lions offensive line. And the way that they take the block as long as they need to. The goal is not blocking throughout the entire play. It's blocking until you don't have to anymore. They do that perfectly. It's a fresh set of downs for the offense. This time, handoff. It is Timmy Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick, he has some room on the near side. It's back-to-back first downs. And the Lions are knocking on the door of the red zone. Put him exactly at the 20 of Salem.
Yeah, I really like this so far. Both plays, they've been able to attack the run blitz from the outside linebacker, number 5, Lucas Horan. He's been on the edge. He's trying to set the edge, but they have a tight end out there blocking him, setting contain, pushing him a little bit out towards the numbers, allowing them to hit the hole as fast as possible.
Monroy and company able to get on the board immediately for Salem. Minerva playing a slightly more methodical version of football, but not by much. Handoff, it's Kirkpatrick, and for the first time, it is not going to be a first down today, but still a pickup of a few. Nice job by Timmy, the sophomore. Initially hit, just lowers that shoulder, and somehow is able to finish through.
Yeah, it looked like he got tripped up early on by his teammate, number 52, Tavon Davis. Just a little miscue. It's not anything to be super upset over. You still get a gain of 3 yards, or I guess they're saying that was 2. I thought he extended the ball late, but with the success they had so far, I don't think that's something you're going to lose sleep over at the end of the day.
Entering play last week, 7.3 yards per carry. We do not have the updated stats after that game. Most likely going down, but we really didn't call Kirkpatrick or really the offense's numbers too much last time out. Once again, handoff. It is Kirkpatrick. This time slipping past the 15 to around the 14. Make it 3rd down and 4. Most likely 2 plays to get 4 yards.
Yeah, if I'm Minerva, that's definitely my thought process. In one of these 2 plays, I'm definitely making sure number 3 Linkus gets the ball, as he's the most elusive guy they have on their roster so far that we've seen this year.
And I mean, Linkus has done a little bit of everything. 6 rushing touchdowns. He also has a kick return for a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. I believe a total of 8 touchdowns. I think there's also 1 defensive TD. No, passing TD, that's where it is. So a lot of touchdowns on the year for Nate Linkus. And a chance for another one here, but first of all, you need that first down. They're going to make it 3rd down and 5. It's a sweep to the near side. A nice move by Hawk, and he gets enough for the first down, barely. That initial hit would have downed him well behind the line to get maybe even behind the line of scrimmage. But perseverance, it's the new mantra here at Minerva. It's a new age Minerva, and that's a first down this year, but maybe not last year.
Yeah, and that was phenomenal effort there. He didn't let that initial contact slow him down. He kept his feet moving, kept pushing, and he slowly crept his way forward and got a little bit of help from his offensive linemen, his teammates, getting a late push at the end to make sure he got over that first down marker.
Longest base first down and goal to go situation possible here. First down and goal at the 10 for Minerva. It is going to be Hawk in motion. Handoff will go to Kirkpatrick, and Timmy is able to get maybe a couple on the play.
Salem was crashing really early there, expecting the run, as they should. I would probably look to see, I don't know if Minerva has it in their playbook right now, but a little bit of a play action out of this wing T set. Maybe you get somebody crashing.
Or misdirection. We saw that play work perfectly against Minerva. You go one way, and nope, we're going to go back the other.
Yep, they had that little double flip where they handed it off, and then they gave the flip back to, I believe it was Owen Schick.
And it's Linkus getting to the outside. He will be drugged down from behind, and that tackle may have just saved a touchdown.
Yeah, I thought he had the edge there, but a really good job of an open field tackle.
And I agree. I thought he had that edge completely.
Yeah, and 5 minutes ago I was talking about how he's one of the most elusive guys on the field. I would really like to see him maybe try to bounce that outside. There's no harm there. You don't have the ability to get inside there since he does have the inside leverage. Maybe sidestep a little bit or get a burst going towards the line to cut that.
He tried getting to the outside. I think it was just that back drag is really what killed him.
Mm-hmm.
So 3rd down and 6 for Minerva. 3rd down and goal. Handoff Kirkpatrick. Hit in the backfield. He hobbles back towards the line of scrimmage and maybe gets there. And now it might be 4th down and goal at the 6. And we will see, is it a field goal? Last year against St. Thomas Aquinas, 9 points came from field goals. So this could be a spot for it. And yes, Xander Kirkpatrick is being called on for duty.
Yeah, I think this is definitely field goal. I wouldn't be going for it this early in the game. There's not a lot on the line at this moment.
And here comes the field goal, almost blocked, but Xander Kirkpatrick is true, and the Minerva Lions are on the board. For one of the first times this season, we have a field goal on SmeeSports.
Yeah, and Lucas Adams there went straight Superman mode trying to block that. I thought he almost had it.
I believe that kick was good from about 22 yards out. But the Minerva Lions, they needed to get on the board early. They wanted the touchdown, but they will have to settle for the 3. And there it is. Superman not to the rescue that time for the Salem Quakers. But with 6:34 on the clock in the first, it is Salem up 7-3 on the Minerva Lions. Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow. Well, welcome back to Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium in Minerva. 6:34 on the clock in the first quarter. It is Salem 7, Minerva 3, your score on SmeeSports. He's Bryce Fisher, and I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Minerva on the board early in this one, able to get points on their opening drive. It might not be a touchdown, but how important is that for them right now?
Oh, it's huge. You got to get going early as you have a squib kick here, and it's muffed by
my,
number
it's a
2.
Loose ball. It's taken in at around the 10. Not a clean read for Harmon, but he still finds a way to get the edge.
He's
and
gone.
He is loose up the far sideline. Schick, the closest Lion, gets a touch on him, and that will save the touchdown from a muff to a marvelous return.
Wow. Man, right in the middle of that, I thought he might be gone. That was incredible. That was phenomenal effort by number 10, Owen Schick. But, man, if you're Minerva right now, you are furious because he muffed the ball, went backwards, and was going directly horizontal towards the sideline. Somebody has to get to him and wrap him up. I mean, Salem's no longer blocking at that point. They have to get their heads around, find where the ball is. It's tough to rebound from that.
Well, one play from scrimmage, one touchdown so far for Cletus Monroy and the offense. It'll be the I formation to get things underway on 1st down and 10 at the 26 of Minerva. Screen pass caught. It's X-Line on the far side once again. This time he will stumble and get a few on the play.
I like that play there. It's quick hitter, keep him in rhythm, get the ball to him out wide. You don't need anything huge right now. You're almost in the red area. So just keep the ball moving, stay efficient.
It'll be a gain of 6 on the play, but X-Line both touches from a receiving position so far tonight for Salem. Monroy, this time he will pull back. It is a read option and a very successful option for Monroy. He is inside the red zone, I believe inside the 10, and it is another first down for the Salem Quakers. Technically their first of the day, but their second big burst as well.
Yeah, and really good patience there. That's exactly what you want to see from a guy who's been here for a while. He's a senior this year. He knows what he's doing, being patient, not rushing the play. On those quarterback read options, you have to be patient. You got to let it develop. You got to be able to read the defense, see if that defensive edge is holding his contain or if he's dropping his water too quick and trying to get to the running back.
So 1st down and goal at the 6, man in motion, and there is the laundry.
False start.
So that'll back Salem up to about the 11. Not an ideal play there for the Quakers. but still, positive so far for them. I do love that keeper from Cletus Monroy, though. That was the right decision. It is a read option technically, but also there could have been a handoff there getting Kana involved. We have not called Brandon Kana's number yet today, but I'm sure we will very soon, maybe on this play, as it is first down and goal at the 11 of Minerva. Once again, man in motion. It is a high flip for the jet sweep. He tries to get that edge, cuts back inside, still pushing forward, and he will be down past the 5, maybe at the 4. I believe that was Lucas Horan, the senior, in motion, and on the carry.
Yeah, I like that. The toss wasn't as in front as you want it to be. You want to put it in front of him, let him go get it. That way he's able to catch it in stride, and he doesn't have to try to locate it as it's coming close to him. But really good job there. And he had a good ability to get the corner, cut back, and get some yards upfield.
So now it is going to be second down and 4, or second down and goal at the 4 here. 2 backs here. It's I-form. Handoff. This time it's Kana for the first time, and his first touch of the game is a touchdown for the Salem Quakers.
Yeah, you said it. You said you were expecting to see him soon. As soon as he gets the ball, gets right into the end zone.
No surprise at all. Older brother Joey was on the team last year. He was one heck of a runner for the Salem Quakers. Younger bro says, you know what? I know what the last name means to this city. I'm just going to keep it going myself. The junior, an excellent run. And the Salem Quakers are up by 10.
Yeah, almost untouched there. Looking back at the replay, I thought he got touched a little bit late, had to fight through a tackle, but almost no contact.
And here comes the extra point. Salem 1 for 1 today. Linkus, he got a late block on the edge, otherwise was in clean. But the extra point is good for the Salem Quakers. With 4:49 on the clock in the first quarter, it is the visitors. 2 drives in with 2 touchdowns. 14-3 your score at Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors on SME Sports.
The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes, whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter. We do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions!
A lot of success so far today for the Salem Quaker offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, X-Line with 1 and Kana with the other, as you are watching OHSAA football on SME Sports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. Here's the kickoff for the Quakers into no man's land, and that one will roll out of bounds. Nate Linkus does the right thing, and it'll be good field position for the Lions as they begin drive number 2. 1 for 1 on scoring, but 0 for 1 with touchdowns as Xander Kirkpatrick notched a 22-yard kick up in the uprights. And that was the opening score for Minerva today.
Yeah, listen, obviously you want to score touchdowns, but you're going to take the field goals when you have the opportunity. I think in this situation, you go, first quarter, 5 yards out, you got stopped 3 straight times on the run. I think a field goal is a very viable option there that's going to keep you active in this game, and it's not going to bring down anyone. They know, hey, we're right there. We can go get it.
So first down and 10, ball spotted at the 35. A solid spot for these Minerva Lions. And as expected, it is a run. This time it is Nate Linkus. Linkus able to break a couple of tackles, getting past the 45, and that should be close to a first down. Now, in retrospect, they move it back to the 44. So a gain of 9 on the play for the senior sensation so far this year.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever covered Glen Oak McKinley, but a guy who was at Glen Oak for 2 years and then was at McKinley for 2 years, Jamar Johnson, he looks just like him when he is running. And I see it all the way. He's got that powerful high step. He's willing to drive through, and he's also got the elusiveness to be able to break a few tackles outside.
And if I'm not mistaken, Glen Oak, a very run-heavy team, just like Minerva, but not Wing T. Second down and 1. All you need is a yard, and they will get it courtesy of number 25, Ethan Weaver. and that'll take them to midfield. A nice pickup, and Minerva now an opportunity to switch the field.
Yeah, good run there. That's all they needed on that second down play. They didn't need a huge breakaway run. That obviously was scripted to be more of a get 5, get 6, make sure we guarantee the first down type of run. I like that play call there, not trying to do anything too explosive, staying conservative, make sure you keep moving the ball and stay on schedule.
Plenty of time until halftime, Bryce, but something to keep in mind. Minerva does get the second half kick. You can keep this maybe a 14-10 game at the half. You had a touchdown 21-17 at the half. You get the ball back and a chance to lead coming out of the break. Hawk on first down, able to get a few on the carry, getting to the Salem 47. Now going from up the field to the down position.
Yeah, and going back to the time, I think Minerva has the ability to take a lot of time off the clock, and you can see they're in the huddle for a while. They're not rushing it. Coach is talking to him, talking to his quarterback, Ken Kirkpatrick, making sure he's on the same page with him. I think this is all going to be about tempo and timing from Minerva here, trying to make sure that Salem doesn't get the ball back with too much time left. And if they do, they're able to make the stop, maybe get a chance to go down, score a quick field goal or touchdown.
Kind of like Browns football, you just take the other offense out of the equation and let your offense stay on the field. Linkus on second down, cuts it up the middle. He has the first down and more, but a shoestring tackle takes him down at around the 30. Otherwise, Linkus was off to the races for Minerva. Nevertheless, still a great carry, another good first down, and Minerva knocking on the door of the red zone once again.
Yeah, really good carry there from Nate Linkus, but really good effort from, who's that, number 2, Will Harmon, I believe, to make the shoestring tackle. That was a great cut upfield by Linkus there, and that's what you want to see. When you get that hole, hit it and hit it hard.
And that's exactly what he did there. Now first down at 10 at the 31. A first down pretty much means the red zone for the Minerva Lions. For the first time today, it's a pass, and it is caught in stride by Nate Linkus. Take him inside the 25. 1 for 1 on the day is Cannon Kirkpatrick, and I love that play call from Zach Slates.
Yeah, I definitely was not expecting it. After a big run, I was figuring they would go back to a big run, probably going against the will backer or the weak side backer. But I really like that play call as they get Linkus into the flats, let him try to do something with his feet. It was a really good effort for him to hang on there. I know there was a couple bobbles.
And that is how you beat the 3-3 stack most times. You get underneath the 5 in the secondary, and you make plays happen just like that. It'll be second down and 2. Handoff, it's Kirkpatrick. He is inside the red zone, and that'll get the chain gang their exercise on the far side once again.
Yeah, and going back to how you beat the 3-3 stack, you usually want to find people sitting in the flats, sitting in the over the middle type curl routes where you have your running back sitting over the middle, but with their wing T offense where everything's going outside, you're getting deep routes going and then the underneath routes coming to sit. That's the type of route you need from Linkus there to make that play actually work.
Now down to around the final minute of this opening quarter. First down at 10 at the 16 for the Minerva Lions. Kirkpatrick once again under center with Hawk in motion. Handoff, Timmy Kirkpatrick. He dives forward, getting a couple on the carry. And this is Minerva Lion football, Bryce. You get a couple, you stay ahead of the sticks, and you go from there.
Yeah, and really good block by number 57 and number 52 there to create the hole. It was a very patient run from number 12 there, and that's what you have to look for as we get 30 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter.
I believe Davis and Brodzinski in on those blocks for Minerva. So second down and 6, stat for the gain of 4, and once again, they do remain ahead of the sticks. This time they don't. Kirkpatrick hit immediately, but does a good job to push forward for maybe a couple, and that'll make it third down and manageable. But I do believe that will take us to the end of the first quarter, and it looks like based on the body language from both teams, through 12 minutes at Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium, it is the Salem Quakers 14 and the Minerva Lions 3. You are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors and be back to the action in a few moments.
The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes, whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter. We do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions! No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics.
12 minutes complete at Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium. It's a new month, the third and final of the regular season. 14-3 Salem on top of the Minerva Lions as we return to the action. 3rd down and 4, a potential turning point for both teams. Handoff, it is Timmy Kirkpatrick able to push the pile forward, and he is super close to the line to gain. And it is decision time for Zachary States and the Minerva Lions.
I say go for it. I think they got it. Obviously, it's a tough call, but I think they've got the will to go for it here, and they have the trust in each other to go for it.
Tush push for Coach Slates here?
I'd love to see it.
Wouldn't be surprised at all. You have to get to the 6-yard line here, and here it is. 4th down and 1. You got to have it. Link is in motion, cuts it up. He gets upended, and he is able to get it down inside the 5. 1st down Minerva, but Nate Linkis not afraid to take that hit.
Yeah, going airborne there. I love to see it. Like I just said, you have to have the trust in your teammates. You have to trust your teammate to give all the effort he has to get that 1st down, and Nate Linkis goes airborne there to make sure he gets it.
So 1st down and goal at the 5 so far today in goal-to-go situations. 3 points for the Minerva Lions as they were unable to take it in. But you have to think right now, this is 4-down territory. I would just say fullback dive it as much as you need right now.
Yeah, I'd probably go run, pass, run, run.
We'll see what they do on 1st down and goal. It's Linkis cutting it up, and he hits a brick wall immediately.
Yeah, and the coaches right next to us over here were fired up because that looked really good off the rip. I like that play call. I like getting the ball to Linkis. I think he's going to be the guy who ends up making a difference in this game as we move forward.
And they will say that was a run for 2 yards. So in keeping with the trend, you need 5 yards on 4 plays. You're right now ahead of the sticks.
Yeah, I would like to see them take a little bit similar to the pass play they had down here where they get somebody into the flat, see if they can get them under the DB. Or I'm very happy if they just continue running the ball like they have been.
2nd down and goal at the 3. It is Linkis. He is in a pile. And that is just going to be a standstill. Maybe a loss on the play based on the initial ruling from the judges. And I believe both say put him at the 4. So 3rd down and goal. You got to get outside the hashes here.
That's what my thought would be, but you always want to win it in the trenches, win it up front, win it in the interior. So it's always tough to say, all right, let's go outside of what our mindset has been. Let's try to get outside the hashes, see what we can do. But this is when a strength coach goes crazy. He's like, man, we got the stronger boys. Let's win it up front.
Salem, a lot of big boys up front as well, but not as much. Their front 3, average weight of around 180. 3rd down and goal. And nothing going for the Minerva Lions offense. Once again, it is a sensational stop for the Salem Quakers. And one of their D linemen is fired up right there. That is number 76, Lucci, and he is loving it. 4th down and goal. They say they're still at the 4. Decision time here, Bryce. What's your call?
I think they go for it. I think you have to. Obviously, you don't have to in terms of winning the game. I think you could kick a field goal and still 100% win this game. But I think the momentum you had on this drive, you have to go for it.
So here it is. You got to be in here. It's Kirkpatrick. He will throw, and the pass is incomplete. And it's a turnover on downs for the Minerva Lions. Very nearly had it.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal play call by this coaching staff, and I thought the throw was on the money. It looked like a wideout got bumped maybe, or something slowed his route down, because I thought he had it until he slowed down when he hit the cut.
We're going to watch it back here on the replay. I mean, there's your throw, and I think he just dropped it.
Yeah, I don't know. That was borderline, though. I love that play call. I thought that was very smart. I don't think Salem expected them to go with a pass play there, as they loaded up the box heavy, brought a DB coming off the corner, off the edge. I thought that caught everyone off guard. I really like that play call. I like putting the trust in your young QB.
I mean, with a catch there, that is the first career passing touchdown of Cannon Kirkpatrick, and that really does open up your offense. First down, it is a reversal. X-Line going towards the strength of the field, and nobody is even close. He is loose again. It's just like the first drive. One man to beat, and he will beat him. Touchdown, Salem, a 96-yard house call. There is a flag down deep behind the play, but as things stand,
holding on offense is coming back.
X-Line had the touchdown, but it is immediately erased.
Man, I really thought number 23 was going to track him down there, Skylar Lab. What an effort by him. But really interesting play call there. Bring out a trick play within your own 5.
So now where do they spot this ball? How deep did that block actually happen? That's what my question is right now. As you see the student section, a lot of pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
So they said it happened at the 23, it looks like 24. Where are they going to spot it?
We're going to see. That's inside the 15, it looks like. Maybe at the 15. But wow. Based on that, an 85-yard difference. One block.
Yeah, I mean, that's a heartbreaker if you're Salem. And you already know that their coaches are going to be livid when whoever committed that penalty comes on the sideline.
So first down, Monroy will keep, and Monroy is able to get the first down, and that'll move the chains.
I really like the play calls that Salem's had so far. I think they're mixing a good dose of run and pass, but I think that their play calls have kept Minerva off balance. It hasn't been your traditional, all right, we're going to run it up the middle on first down, or we're going to pass it to the outside on first down. No, we're going to pull out a trick play. We're going to try to get you off balance and surprise you.
And that's the mentality of head coach Ron Johnson. He does not want any free plays for anybody. It's Harmon on the sweep, just like X-Line. He is loose on the far sideline. And this time, there's your boy number 23, Skylar Lappin on the tackle. But still a big first down for the Salem Quakers.
Great open field tackle there. That's one of those tackles where a coach is proud of you, but he's also furious that play just happened where they broke off a big run.
And we'll watch it back on the replay. I mean, beautiful motion, and really weird, though, to see how Salem runs these sweeps. It's a pop-up pretty much.
Yeah, they give a little pop pass where you catch it, toss it forward, keep it in the air for a second or two. That way they can track the ball and catch it.
Back to the action quickly. Monroy, he will take a shot. It looks to be short, and that pass is tipped up. Nobody is going to come down with it as it dies in a Bermuda Triangle.
Wow, that was very underthrown, which is unfortunate. You don't ever want to see that on a deep ball. Underthrowing it is good in terms of the odds of completing the play or gaining yards, because you have the likelihood of the DB running into the receiver as he slows down and the receiver is able to adjust. But you would like to see that ball at least another 5 yards, give him a little bit more chance so he doesn't have to come back 3 yards. It's hard to put on the brakes that fast.
It looked like INT, then great catch, then back to an INT before finally dropping. Handoff once again for the Quakers. He breaks a couple of tackles. Kana gets the first down and then some. And it looks like there is something down on the field, potentially some kind of brace. So our first wardrobe malfunction of the evening. But this offense, they are working perfectly. Here's a whistle, and it is a timeout called, and we will do the same. 7:12 on the clock in the first half. It is the Salem Quakers, the boys on the road tonight, up 14-3 on the Minerva Lions, as you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. And let's hear a word from them now.
The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes, whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter. We do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions!
As both teams take the field, we are back on at Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium. 7:12 left to go in the first half. Salem 14, Minerva 3 your score. Salem driving here as it is first down and 10 at Minerva's 35. Fake handoff, play action for Cletus Monroy. His pass very nearly picked off. There is a flag, and you could see that Lab wanted that one. Very nearly had it as well. Could be an illegal man downfield as you expect, Bryce, and that would move them back, and I believe a loss of a down as well.
Yep. Just as I was guessing, ineligible man downfield as their center was moving a little bit too far. But if you look down here, if we had a replay, number 14 made a phenomenal double cut and shook Linkus. He had no clue where he was at. I thought they had a really good chance to take an end zone shot. They settled for the check down, but penalty negates the play anyway, so who cares?
I think we need to get a little mantra for an eligible man downfield. If it's a screen, let the Hogs see green.
I'll like it.
That's quote of the day right there. It is first down at 15. They do not erase the play. It's X-Line on the near side. What a stiff arm. He is towards the red zone. But wow, what a stiff arm. Derrick Henry-esque.
And they're saying a holding on number 14.
Oh, my.
Who is that, X-Line?
X-Line's the ball carrier. But
Davidson, Owen Davidson. That's who they got it on.
But what a stiff arm.
That was a great one.
Watch it back here. Oh! Wow. That's nasty. But once again, why didn't that last play count? It was an eligible man downfield. That's a loss of a down. They said first down.
Your guess is as good as mine. Sometimes, hey, listen, these officials, they don't get paid enough for some of the stuff they have to deal with here, so we'll go with 3 mistakes a game.
So now it's first down and 5. We're just throwing a dart somewhere. Eventually, we're going to have an answer.
Yeah.
And most likely that answer is going to be a Salem touchdown based on the way that they're playing right now. Here's Monroy. His pass. It is caught by a wide open receiver, and he will be taken down at around the 15-yard line. That is Maxton Ellis, the sophomore, 6'2", 184. Big frame, a lot of room in front of him. Catch number 6 on the year.
I like that play design a lot. You have the wide out, the X going all the way. He's taking a deep comeback. Then you have your Z doing kind of the same thing, running the same thing. It kind of feels like if you're a DB that they're going for a screen, they're coming to block you, but you have your Y there, cut it off short.
And here we go. It is a screen. It is taken in. And that is a nice gain on the play by Kana. Able to get past the 10, now at around the 8-yard line, but still some work to do.
Yeah, we were talking during the break, and this is a very mature, college-esque playbook where they're using a lot of motions. They're using a lot of not setup plays, but plays that are hard to expect, especially for younger eyes and younger minds who aren't mature enough in terms of football.
Listed as a pro-eye offense, courtesy of Coach Johnson himself. Second down and 3. Kana gets it on the pitch, cuts upfield, and he will be in.
Man.
Touchdown Salem for the second time today. It is Kana. What a nice read there. Able to just body through a couple of guys getting through, and just like that, it's 20-3. Brandon Cana in the end zone for the second time. And after a lot of good runs, a lot of penalties, a lot of interesting things happening, and a couple of good stiff arms, finally, it's 6 points for the Salem Quakers.
Yeah, and that's what matters in the end, right? Your goal is to get that 6 points. That's all that really matters once you get there.
And here comes the PAT, and that one is good. The Salem Quakers on fire in Minerva as they lead this EBC matchup 21-3 over the Minerva Lions. The Lions wing T offense needs an answer when we return, as you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva, or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Welcome back to Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium. 21-3, the Salem Quakers on top, as it is going to be a squib kick to the Minerva Lions, and it gets through everybody. Schick has to fall on it, and Minerva will begin this drive inside their own 15. It's some early chaos to begin this third drive. 1 for 2 today, but 2 for 2 on goal to go, getting it to that point.
Man, kickoffs have been just an issue overall. We've only seen one ball actually get into the air past 30 yards, and you've had one go out of bounds, you've had a false start, then you had a muff, and now you have one where it's at the, the 12-yard line, and no one's touched it? There needs more focus on these special teams units.
So first down and 10, Minerva needs a big drive. It is Kirkpatrick slipping it inside the hashes. He will get past the 15. Give him the 17. A pickup of about 4 on the play for the sophomore ball carrier.
Yeah, and that's staying on schedule right there. You don't need a breakaway play. You just need something that keeps you on pace and on rhythm.
And as well, ladies and gentlemen, at halftime, be sure to stick with us as we will have full coverage of the Salem and Minerva High School marching bands. Looking forward to seeing what songs that they will have for us tonight. Second down and 6 after they do confirm the gain of 4 on the play. Kirkpatrick going in the shotgun for once. Handoff, it is Kirkpatrick. And Timmy Kirkpatrick pushing the pile forward, gets a couple, and it becomes third down and short for Minerva.
I was about to say they're bringing a little bit of change there. They got 2 wideouts on both sides. It was a little bit different there. Not something you see a lot out of Minerva, as they generally don't stray away from that wing T formation.
So third down and 2. What's your play call here? Are we going misdirection? Are we going up the gut, outside the hashes, or is Cannon throwing the ball?
You give it to Nate Linkus, let him do his thing.
Wouldn't be surprised to see that be the call here at all. Third down and 2, Kirkpatrick once again under center. It is some misdirection action. Handoff goes to, I believe, Hawk, and he is going to be short. It is going to be fourth down and 2, and I think you do have to punt it away here.
I would say you have to, but maybe they say differently.
They might think, okay, regardless, they're going to march down the field and score.
Yeah, well, that's not how you want to think, but
I mean, we're looking at today, 3 for 3.
Depends on whose mind you're in there. If you're in the coach's mind, you're definitely thinking, all right, we're going to make a big stop even if we don't get this. If you're a player's mind, you're thinking, well, are we, coach? But, the center just threw up.
Oh, it's going to be fourth down and 1. So fourth down and 1, you need to get 1 yard here. They have done it before. Can they do it again? Linkus goes in motion. It's a sweep for him, and it's a first down and then some for Nate Linkus. He is free on the far side. One
Great
man
tackle.
to beat, but he is taken down from behind. Just as you said on third down, give it to Nate Linkus and let him do his thing.
Listen,
You're in his head.
Great run by Nate Linkus, but I give all the credit to the center there with the intimidation, throwing up on the field before walking up to the ball. No one wanted to get off on that snap just in case he got a little bit of puke on that ball. Great breakaway run and great shoelace tackle.
Was that Monroy out there? He is listed as a backup DB for the Quakers. I thought that looked like number 1 from here. But either way, Minerva's offense back in business, and they are wasting no time. First down and 10 at the 37. It is Hawk cutting it
Good
back
cut.
up, able to break a tackle or two, and he will force his way to the 31 of Salem. Pickup of 6 on the play. And this is the new look Minerva that we want to see.
Yeah, the occasional breakaway run, but the consistent 4, 5, 6 yard just jabs that hurt a lot if you're a defense. You get tired, and it's like, well, we did almost everything right, but they just fought for a few extra yards here and there.
So second down and 5 as they will mark him at the 32. Now they're flipping it to the 31. So we were right. Look at that. Second down and 4 for the Lions. Handoff, Timmy Kirkpatrick upended, but able to force his way forward. Maybe like a Christian McCaffrey there almost. Or if we're talking about crazy runners right now in the NFL, Cam Scadaboo. Or an old Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, well, you took my Scadaboo. I said I was going to work it in earlier. But, yes, that is a Cam Scadaboo where you put your head down and you are running hard until somebody tells you, bud, you're not even on the field anymore.
There you go. That's the mindset you have to have. Now, third down and 2. Now we are past the 2-minute warning. Minerva really trying to drill this clock to make it an interesting game at the break. Kirkpatrick handoff to Timmy Kirkpatrick, and he will be close. Either way, the offense stays on the field. And now with 1:42, the clock does stop for a second as they will decide what happens. It's fourth down and maybe a couple of inches.
They're saying no, he did not.
So it's going to be Jackson Early. We really haven't called his name at all. The sophomore tight end coming in along with Linkus. Kirkpatrick, he returns to the action as Skylar Lab subs out as well. You got to have it here. Fourth down and 1. 1 for 1 on fourth down conversions this drive, as it was the same exact situation that Linkus got the ball last time. Could be tush push.
Looked like it.
No, I think Linkus has it. It's going to be close. Where do they mark it? They mark it behind the line to gain.
Wow.
And the Quakers D-line holds up. It's a turnover on downs for the second time today, forced by this stout defense.
I lost the ball early on there. I have to look at the replay. Where did it go? Did it go through his legs?
I think Linkus got it. Let's see here on the replay. No, I think Linkus faked it.
That was an interesting little play design. I don't know how Linkus got the ball that quick, but I like it. I like getting the ball to Linkus. I've been very vocal about that this whole time. I say get the ball to Nate Linkus and let him do his thing out in space. Obviously a little bit tougher when you're in that short yardage situation. You're trying to push up front and really jam it forward, but I like the thought.
And now a timeout called by Ron Johnson to talk things over. We'll keep it here during the break. 3 drives, all of which ending in Salem territory. A field goal, a goal line stand, and then a, 29-yard line stand?
Yeah, just about. Salem's defense is really working tonight, especially up front. Obviously, we knew up front they were going to have to put a lot of effort in and stay active, stay energized, because this is such a run-heavy team. I think they've done it really well so far, but the question is going to be in the second half when you take that 20-minute break and you're sluggish a little bit and you're trying to get the juices flowing again, and then they keep running it down your throat, and it's just tough to keep the energy and keep moving.
And now my question for Salem, is this just going to be air raid? Cliff Kingsbury's bread and butter. Do we see that here in the final minutes?
I'd love to see it. I love it. I love seeing the QBs aired out. I love watching Holy Name over there. JT slinging that thing.
Be Connor Jameson tomorrow night as the Namers take on CBCA, our third and final Friday night and Saturday night, or in the first case, Thursday night doubleheader 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. First down and 10, it's Cletus Monroy rolling out to his left, cutting it back towards the center. He will take it himself, pushing forward. It is a first down, and he will be spun to the dirt at around the 41. An excellent run by Cletus Monroy, evading the pressure.
Yeah, really good job there as the clock stops for the chain gang to move. I like the play design, trying to get him in the pocket, let him throw it deep. Just pressure got there.
And now it is first down and 10, but there is the flag.
False start.
And I think it's a false start, bumping them back, and that is killer for the Salem Quakers.
Yeah, it looked like left tackle just got a little bit jumpy there. Obviously, he knows what the snap count is. He knows they're trying to move quick. He's trying to get that good jump, because I believe he was the one that got beat on the last play, so he's trying to get a little bit quicker, get deeper. It happens sometimes.
So first down and 15, Monroy, he will throw. Pass is caught by X-Line on the far side, and he will get out of bounds at around the 46. A solid pickup on the play, bringing up second down and medium for the Salem Quaker offense.
Yeah, great job there. That's a very mature thing, and knowing what you need to do, knowing you need to get out of bounds, having the awareness saying, okay, I need to pick up as many yards as possible, but I also have to stop that clock.
Down to 33 seconds. Any points on this drive, and it would be a successful 1 minute drill for the Salem Quakers and Cletus Monroy. Whistle blows now. Is it a timeout for Zach Slates? Yes, it is. We saw him run to the official on the near side, and he was able to get his timeout in just in time.
Yeah, I don't think he was at all prepared for the set that Salem came out with. They had stacks on both sides as wide out as they could get. That's always a difficult thing to defend. You generally expect a deep ball coming off of that. And when you're in zone coverage and you have that stack on either side, it's really tough for the DB to decide, okay, am I going to take the deep route? Do I have the deep zone? If I have the flat, do I have the mid-flat? Like, how do I go about that decision? And he didn't have any help over the top on this near side, so he would have to take on essentially two wideouts by himself, assuming they're both running routes that take them to the sideline.
Time now for some score updates from around the grounds. 2-minute warning in Louisville. It is Canfield 13, Louisville 7. An interesting matchup there. Canfield obviously favored to win that one. Looking down below to see if we have any other good updates. It looks like in the second quarter, Bucktown 0, Ellet 0 over at Akron. So we'll see if that game does change at all. Bumping on over to Q92. McKinley up 14-7 on Hoover. At the half, no score between Fitch and Perry. A lot of offense over at Massillon Perry High School, I guess. As well at the half, or at least 3 minutes left to go before halftime. Manchester 14, Fairless 0. And now Jackson putting the Lake Blue Streaks on upset alert. 17-7 your score in that one.
Uh-oh. That's not what I want to hear.
And I think you remember what I said in pregame. Very nearly went with them to win that one. But obviously going with the Lake Blue Streaks to continue their run. Benedictine as well up 14-0 on Lou East in the first quarter. We'll see if that game changes at all. And then a big one that we're looking for, Wadsworth and Hudson. Last update we have is 7-0, but I think it's changed since then, as that update was around 45 minutes ago. A lot of great games around the states. We will take a look at that during our halftime break. Talk about some of those big matchups. If Jackson does win, are they officially back, and is that rebuild that people were saying that they were in done? A lot like that at the half.
I'd probably say no. I think you have to give them one more year to actually prove it against some of the quality opponents they played earlier in the year.
And now time has stopped. It could be a clock issue. Something is being signaled to the press box, it looks like, from down below. They're saying 33.5. The clock right now at 35. We'll see if we get there. 33.5 is the number they want.
They got it.
And there it is. We are ready to go. Final 33 seconds of this first half. Salem second down and medium. Monroy dropping back. Immediate pressure, steps out of it. His pass incomplete over the middle. Intended for Owen Davidson.
I like his thought process there. If I'm Owen Davidson right there, I have to slow down, recognize that it is a zone coverage, and I have to stop in the hole. I can't continue running, especially when I see my QB scrambling across where he would be throwing.
So now third down and 5. And the big thing is incompletion. You give Minerva the ball back. Any miscue, they have a shot to drive down the field quick. Monroy, he will throw. Pass is caught on the sideline by X-Line, and he is driven out of bounds. The clock will stop with 23 seconds remaining. With the rounding of the decimal, take it up to 24 seconds. And now it's decision time for Ron Johnson. With a win tonight, gets win number 69 in his tenure as the Salem head coach. Overall, through 14 years, or in year 14 rather, 68-76 record running this Pro-I offense.
Yeah, and that's not a bad record at all. And going into those years, you have to factor in the COVID years and all the crazy stuff that happened then.
Monroy on fourth down, and he is able to break through, has some room, gets away from one defender, now two. It might be a house call for Cletus Monroy. Instead, he is down inside the 5, and I believe that'll be a timeout called by the Salem Quakers. How about it from Cletus Monroy?
Really good run there. I would like to see him, though, as he recognizes that defender coming down, bearing on him, getting out of bounds as late as possible. Then you're able to save the timeout and maybe get in a run play, sneak something on them that they're not expecting, still have that timeout. They still have one left, but going into the red zone with 2 with 13 seconds left would be much more desirable if you need to do a field goal situation.
Is it a shot or two and then you go for a field goal, or how does this work?
I would say you draw up your best passing play with someone in the flat or someone running a quick in, a speed out, something along those lines, trying to get a quick hitter, seeing what he can do, not putting the ball in harm's way. He doesn't hit it. Throw your best jump ball or your best deep slant, something along those lines to 16X line, or your experienced number 14, Owen Davidson. And then if you still have time left, you could take another shot, but I think at that point you're settling for a field goal.
So now 13.1 left to go in this first half. As you said, the goal is to obviously get in that end zone, but you always can settle for 3 and make it a 21-point game at the half. Salem, they want more. It has been a great first half. Monroy looking for the cherry on top, but the cherry is for Minerva. He is taken down, and there is the third and final timeout called by Coach Johnson. The first sack of the night, and it comes at a big time for the Minerva defensive line.
He had X-line too. He got the cut. He hit a quick slant. He had him open for a second, but Minerva broke through, got to him too quick.
And we'll watch it back here on the replay. Untouched between the left guard and center. A big just bull rush, but the bull rush required nothing because nobody was there.
Yeah, the bull didn't have to run anything over other than the QB.
So now decision time, especially with that breakdown from the O-line. If you're Monroy, you got to get rid of it if it's close, and you cannot get intentional grounding. You don't have a timeout. If there's a 10-second runoff, which there could be, that's half.
If I'm them right now, I would like to see him roll out. I think this play at max is 5 seconds. If I'm him, I'm thinking snap. I got 1, 2, 3. After that third second, I'm getting rid of the ball. I'd like to see him roll out, create a little bit of chaos in this 4-2-5 where they're most likely going to be in a zone defense. Have somebody coming across the field, then sit, hit him as he's sitting.
We'll see if you watch that Jordan Love film on Sunday night against the Dallas Cowboys as well, as that was a close one. So second down here for Monroy. He will roll out to his right. He will throw. Passes caught by X-Line. Touchdown Salem. His second of the day. A perfectly executed 1-minute drill by Cletus Monroy and the offense. Okay, Tony Romo, we see you at that celebration. We know that you saw the vision.
Man, I was on the money there. I was not confident in that at all, to be honest. But what a play. That was a great throw just to get it over the DB.
Beautiful.
Great catch.
Showing excellent hands, and I'm sure that does translate over to the game of baseball as well. So here comes the extra point attempt. Salem Quakers, they want to make it the Falcons' favorite 28-3. Low snap, it's bobbled. And no Falcons today. An excellent job by Minerva jumping on that one. That'll make it a 24-point game, most likely your score at the half then.
I think if you're Salem, then you're happy that you didn't get it up to 28-3 because we obviously know what happened to the Falcons there. And, Matt Ryan will never hear the end of that one.
How about your Bengals?
Shadur, you want a new job?
But 28-3 against the Denver Broncos on
it was rough.
Monday nights.
It was rough. A lot of fumbles. It was just sad.
And we did talk about that on Sports
sad.
After Dark. So make sure every Monday, 10 or 10:30 on 91.1 WRMU. Tune in as myself and Nathan Kerr break down all of the hot topics in professional sports, college sports, and local high school sports. This is going to be a game that we do talk about, and I'm sure a lot of it's going to be looking at Cletus Monroy and where he can end up next year as a collegiate athlete, because if he can play like this, I think anybody would want him.
Oh, 100%. You've definitely got schools out there who are looking at him, seeing what he can do outside the pocket especially. You'll have lower division NCAA schools looking for that all the time, and then you have NAIA and JUCO schools that are obviously always looking for guys who have the typical size you want, but maybe put on a little bit of weight, gain a little bit of experience, and then they move on to the NCAA Division I level.
But Cletus Monroy tonight has been great, picking up X-line for the second time today. A very successful first half. It's an onside kick. It is muffed. And I think Minerva does have it. Otherwise, that would have been enough to give Salem a shot at the end zone. But the clock does hit 00, and it is halftime in Minerva. It is the visitors, Salem, up 27-3 on the Minerva Lions. Coach Ron Johnson, he wants to get his boys one step closer to a playoff berth after missing the dance last year. It's a big halftime period for both teams. A lot to go over. Minerva does receive the second half kick. They got to get in the end zone if they want a shot in this one after the break. I think, Bryce, now it's a great opportunity to toss things down to our band. Listen to their songs. Listen to just the ambient noise that you hear at a Friday night high school football game. It's Friday Night Lights. It's October. Regular season, it is quickly winding down. So for one of the last times, we are going to toss things over to our marching bands, and they will tell the story for the next 20 minutes. As you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. And now, officially, let's toss it down to the Salem Quakers marching band.
from the 2007 time for the training. There was thought about the alignment and this year from various Indian sports parents. But listen to really this. Feel the shuffle.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow. The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes. Whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter, we do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions! No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva, or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics.
Before we get back into the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to our 4 broadcast sponsors today for making today's telecast possible at the half. There you go. 27-3, Salem on top of the Minerva Lions. He's Bryce Fisher. I am Nathan Smee, and you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. Cletus Monroy, man, he's legit.
Yeah, he's very, very good. And if I'm Minerva right now, yes, I'm upset over some small things, but they aren't really beating themselves. Salem is playing a very, very good football game. They're doing a lot of misdirection. They're playing a college-level offense so far. They are winning the football game by willing it to happen.
And with that I-Pro formation, they have been great tonight. Looking at some scores, though, from around Stark County at the half. 41-14, it is Green over Glen Oak. At the half, 49-0, West Branch over Marlington. My goodness. As well at the half, Alliance up 21-7 on Carrollton. Manchester up 14-7 on Fairless. Edison up 22-3 on Canton Central. Canfield getting a late touchdown, now up 27 on Louisville at the half. Tie game between Orville and Northwest. Triway up 27-14 on the Canton South Wildcats at the half. The big McKinley Pups up 14-7 on Hoover. Massillon up 21-14 on Cardinal Ritter at the half. George's boys getting back in it, now down 17-14 to Jackson. And then from there, it is pretty much games that are not being reported on ScoreStream. So now we bounce on over to Twitter for some extra updates. Interestingly, Luis, a touchdown on Benedictine, 21-7. That game's not as bad as I think we all thought it was going to be initially. I think you and I both saw that and said, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
Speaking of no, 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 45-0 Avon up on Midview at the half. As well, interestingly here, it is Mentor 27-21 on Strongsville, a lot closer than that one was supposed to be.
Okay.
Black River up 19-14 at the half on Firelands. Outside of that, Brush up 7-6 on Warrensville Heights. We are back to the action So we will have some more score updates in a few moments. It is Linkus up the center, getting some blockers, bouncing it outside, and Nate Linkus is loose. There is no laundry, and Nate Linkus is in the end zone. Touchdown Minerva, and just like that, the Lions are back in it. Wow!
Electric. What a return from Linkus there.
Wow.
We got DC fired up, coaching staff fired up. What a play to open the half.
The offense has struggled to get into the end zone. Nate Linkus says there can't be any struggles if we get into the end zone on the kick.
Yeah, just give me the ball and let me do my thing. If I'm him, that's what I'm saying.
And here comes the extra point attempt after, and it is true. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a new ball game at Robert H. Hines Stadium.
Yeah, you talked about the Falcons there. If you're Salem right now, they are not happy about that comment because it feels like it early on. Obviously, we're only 14 seconds into the second half, but that was a big-time play there as he broke through a couple tackles.
As well, I didn't mention 46-0 Garfield Heights taking down Bedford. Well, Garfield Heights, the most improved team in the state, 6-1. They won 3 games last year, and they had to struggle to beat Shaw.
That's wildly impressive. That's huge.
We'll see them plenty in boys basketball. Same with Warrensville Heights. We'll get to see both ends of that brother versus brother battle. We'll get to see a lot of those schools. So looking forward to that. But Minerva bringing us right back in it.
Yeah, making it way more interesting than we kind of expected going into the second half.
And if you are the Minerva Lions here, you just got to keep momentum rolling. Get another stop, and all of a sudden this game becomes, well, kind of as we would expect, a barn burner.
Yeah, and Salem's kind of thinking right now, hey, let's kind of do the same thing. How about we score a kickoff of our own? They've been really close to breaking a few off. Let's see if they can do it here.
What a return for Nate Linkus and the Minerva Lions. And if you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, because you wanted to join in after half, well, Nate Linkus to the house on the opening kick return. No plays from scrimmage, 14 seconds in. Salem trying to keep that trend going. Here is their return. And my goodness, they are loose on the far side. One more blocker, and it is back-to-back kick return for touchdowns. Salem this time with the answer.
Wow. We've got 2 touchdowns before 30 seconds into the second half. This is an incredible turn of events. I don't think anyone would have guessed that going into this. That is incredible.
25 seconds in, 0 plays from scrimmage.
You don't need to when you got some great returners out there.
All right, I think we just eliminate the offensive position and just go from here.
You have to win on kickoffs.
How in the heck is this happening? I mean, we're seeing a couple good blocks, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're gone.
Yeah, it looks like Salem needs somebody onto the field.
They're not ready.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be either. I would not be either if I were them. And here comes the extra point attempt after, and it is good. The momentum once taken by Minerva, yeah, give it to Salem. Make it 34-10. What are we witnessing?
Yeah, and this band member down here who just got food, she's probably like, wait, what just happened?
Once again, for those just joining us after halftime, both teams have scored a touchdown, and we have had 0 plays from scrimmage in the second half. Bryce, I mean, this is not wing tee. This is not iPro. This is Jacoby Jones ball.
I like that one a lot.
Call back to the great late legend for 20 cents.
I'll hit you with one better. He's my favorite returner of all time. Give me Devin Hester.
Devin Hester.
Hester ball right here.
Well, I did not have back-to-back kick return for touchdowns on my bingo card in 2025, but here we are. What a game. What a game.
I don't think anybody did.
If you did, then you're lying to yourself. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
You're one of those people who goes into the comments section after you watch the full video and answer everything. if you said you had it.
Don't be that guy, but 34-10, combined 44 points. I think we have a lot more offense left in this one. But now the question becomes, what says those Minerva Lions? Do we see a third one? I don't think so. But do we? Let's find out. Here is the kick. They might just let this one go out of bounds. It will stay in. It gets past everybody. Taken in at the 10. Here come the Minerva Lions. Schick looking for some blockers, and he is spun down at around the 15-yard line. And after 32 seconds of play on kickoffs, we will finally have a play from scrimmage in the second half. That's weird.
That is a weird thing to say. That is not what you would have guessed.
But I feel like that's a credit to both special teams units, just their strength to return.
For sure. And right before we went off, probably the last 4 minutes, I think I mentioned something about how the special teams units were struggling mightily. You had so many errors go on both the receiving and kicking side in that first half.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a play from scrimmage if you forget how it looks. First down and 10. It's a big run for the Lions. Hawk upended after a gain of a couple, but he had plenty of extra space out in front.
Yeah, they gave him a great hole there, and he shot through that thing real quick.
So that'll set up second down and medium. But for those just tuning in once again, Minerva's Nate Linkus, a kick return for a touchdown to get things underway. Then Salem says, anything you can do, I can do better. And they do the same exact thing. And here we are after 32 seconds of tomfoolery and nonsense. We have plays from scrimmage once again.
Yeah, it's weird to see. It's kind of unfamiliar.
Really don't know how this goes anymore, do you?
No, I don't know what's happening.
Handoff on second down, and it is the first down of the second half.
What you really wanted to do coming out of the break, but this is what their other goal, more realistic probably was. Chip away, have some good runs, stay in rhythm, make it manageable on second and third down.
And last year, this was a 55-0 game, a loss for the Minerva Lions. So already doing 10 times better than last year. That's the big thing. Improve against these teams and then go from there.
Yeah, and it's year by year, right? This is the first year with a new head coach, new systems. You have a new offensive scheme, new defensive scheme. I believe they brought in 4 totally new coaches. It's going to take a little while to adjust. It's not a overnight poof, this is magically fixed. If you look at any good college, any good high school program, it takes time to get everything flowing in the right direction.
Second down and 8, handoff. It is Hawk, and he will be dragged down from behind. Great recognition by Braden Van Dyne, the nickel.
Yeah, that was a really good read there. He had that all the way. He saw the hole early, shot through it. He was able to get a really good arm tackle there where he wrapped up the upper half.
Once again, not the first time that Braden Van Dyne has featured on the SmeeSports YouTube channel as he plays his summer baseball for the Mash Factory 15U squad, led out by Burke Wynn.
Yeah, they aren't better than the Diamond Boys 15U squad, though.
But they did take down the MAF Gators to win the second Kent State invite of the year. That film is available still here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel if that tickles your fancy when this one is done. Handoff, Timmy Kirkpatrick, immediately seen by the Salem Quakers, and that is a big tackle for loss. That time it's Cooper Miller, the junior, shooting the gap, and here comes the punting team for the Lions. And that is a big momentum swing back in favor of the Quakers.
Yeah, that's huge.
But for those just tuning in, back-to-back kickoff return, 4 touchdowns, 1 for Minerva, 1 for Salem. And after 1 first down, it is a punt for the Minerva Lions. Cletus Monroy still waiting to take the field for the first time in the second half. And he will do so with decent field position as that punt will go out of bounds. 8:32 left to go in the third. Here comes Monroy on the offense.
Wow.
But first, a quick word from our sponsors here on SmeeSports.
Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow.
Welcome back to Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium. 8:32 on the clock in the third quarter. First down at 10. It's a pitch to Kana. Kana outside the hashes, able to get a few on the play and well ahead of the ball carrier. An excellent pancake by the Salem Quakers. Trying to see who that was who got that.
Looks like 51, or is that a 7? That is a 1.
That'd be Matt Austin, the senior. And he is the right tackle, so that is his side. We're going to watch it back here on the replay. You see on the screen, he just tries him out the field, and he is not done until midfield.
Yeah, great work from the big boy up front. You always love to see that.
Exactly. Here's the handoff. It is Kana, and he is off to the races, breaking some tackles, and he is tumbled down past the 30. Another explosive run for the Salem Quakers.
Man, that offensive line is firing on all cylinders right now. They're creating holes that are gaping wide, and he is drilling through them.
Kana had 1 touchdown entering play today in the air and 10 on the ground. Now in total, he has 13 touchdowns, getting 2 today. 116 carries, 767 yards, 6.6 yards per carry. That number is definitely upped by now. Once again, X-Line, he has 2 touchdowns, almost doubling his tally of 3 heading into today. Kana bumping off of a tackler, and he will be met by another quickly. Good blocking up front by Salem for a moment, but Minerva able to snuff it out. The initial hit there coming by number 73, Aiden Reagan.
Yeah, and I like that handoff there. I don't know if you saw what he did, but he initially faked as if he was going to hand off right and then strummed it back to give it off to his left. That was made popular by Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay with Mike McCarthy. I really like that type of handoff where it sets the misdirection. It's hard for a defense to read.
So now 2nd down and 8. It is going to be a fake handoff. Monroy turns into Superman, and he is just going to try to dive over everybody, getting a couple on the play. And that'll set up 3rd down and medium. A lot of Superman-esque dives today by a lot of different guys.
Yeah, I don't know if they believe they can fly, but I don't think they can. I think they'd rather keep their feet on the ground and keep running.
The legs are the motor if you ask any high school football coach.
Yeah, I don't think any are going to disagree with that.
The leg is the motor. You got to take it out if you're defense. 3rd down, screen pass, caught once again by number 16. And X-Line able to get a couple on the play. And he has more than enough for a Salem 1st down, and that'll put him at the 16-yard line. Once again, 3 touchdowns entering play today. Another one here. He doubles his season tally in 1 game.
That would be awesome. That's exactly what you want to see, actually. And as you go through the season, you're obviously always trying to build on that, but once you get into the later of the season, it's hard to really double those totals, but if he's able to do that in this game, that's huge for him.
It's not going to happen again after this. Monroy fools everybody, rolling out to his right. He will take the shot. Pass is incomplete over the head of his intended target, Davidson.
Good decision. If his guy can't catch it, no one should.
I think he was still trying to get it there. That wasn't a bad pass, just too much behind it.
Yeah, he put a lot of air on it. I assume he knows that he's trying to get air under it and put it on the boundary as far as he can, while giving his guy a chance to make the play. But if his guy isn't going to make the play, no one's going to.
And someone else who could have made a play, an ineligible man downfield, he did not make the play, so the ineligible man will cost them some yardage.
Yeah, usually you don't want linemen catching the ball, so usually they stay around the pocket. Unfortunately, he got a little bit upfield there.
If it's a screen, the Hogs can see some green.
Yeah, second time you broke that one out on me,
I'm doubling down on it.
I'm loving it.
I form here on 1st down and 15. Kana on the pitch, cuts it back up inside the hashes, still on his feet. The motor keeps him alive, and he has a hat trick. Touchdown, Salem. Number 3 on the day for number 3.
He muscled that one in. He was running guys over.
We talked about it moments ago. The legs are the motor, and there it is on display.
Yeah, if he goes airborne, he's not even close to the end zone.
And how many tacklers did he evade on this play? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
Impressive work from Braden Kana. I'm sure his older brother Joey is watching on and is very proud of younger bro for his performance tonight. The extra point for Salem is good.
As all older brothers should. His older brother should text him tonight, say, hey, man, you had a great game, but I just want you to know I would have still done better.
Death taxes and Salem averaging over 38 points per game. Well, they have 41 now.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's surprised by that. I still expect this game to be high scoring. I have a feeling Minerva is going to put up a few more on this board. I have a feeling Salem's going to put up a few more on this board. Keep the theme of the total going over 65 points because it seems to be Salem's favorite thing to do.
And we'll keep it here during the break. Now there should be a running clock as it is Salem up by 31. What a performance tonight by Cletus Monroy and company. But Kana the big talking point, and same with X-Line. And I do think that the offense, at least the starters, stay on the field at least a little bit longer. If X-Line can get touchdown number 3, you get both guys a hat trick today. You walk out of here, you head back home to Salem. You might stop on the beautiful Salem Strip, get some coffee, get some pop or something, and walk back into the next week of the season 4-3.
Yeah, I think they would definitely leave here happy. I think if you're Salem right now, you keep your starters out there for defensively, especially this possession, because Minerva has the chance to go down and score quickly, and they're going to try to score quickly to limit the amount of time taken off that clock. If they do score, you obviously send your starters back out there on offense, try to get to that running clock again. But I don't think if they make a stop, you're going to see the offense come back out.
And here comes the kick. A high bounce taken in by the Lions, and here comes their ascent. It is Owen Schick, and Schick will be spun down at around the 30-yard line, and that'll be where the Minerva offense takes over once again in need of a touchdown or anything offensively to erase this running clock.
Yeah, they need something, obviously, and it's going to be, listen, we need it now. The longer they wait, the more time that comes off the clock, that's less chance to make a comeback. Obviously, 41-10 is a tough score to come back from, but there's always a chance. You're never out of the game completely until that clock hits 0. So take that with what you will.
I think baseball-wise, the guards taught us that this season. It's not over until it's over.
Yeah, until it's 6-3.
It was 6-1 first, I believe, unfortunately. Whistles will blow, and we could see a timeout called. And that is what it appears to be, and we will do the same here in Minerva. 4:40 on the clock in the third. All Salem up 41-10 on the Minerva Lions.
The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes, whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to the next chapter. We do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions!
Welcome back to Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium. First down and 10 for the Minerva Lions, down by 31 in Week 7 of the OHSAA football season. It's a Wildcat formation. It is Schick getting off of a couple of defenders before finally getting spun down past the 35 at the 36-yard line. Nice simple gain on the play by the senior.
Yeah, he breaks a lot of tackles for not having the most size. He's very lanky, but he has that elusiveness, and he has the ability to stay on his feet as these tackles go downhill.
And as well, we will take this time to preview our game next week out in Stark County. It is Week 8, our final game in Stark County before the playoffs. It is Minerva on the road at Marlington. 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff at Marlington High School. Second down and 3. Linkus, a solid gain on the play, and they will move the chains for a first down. Once again, Marlington down by nearly 50 in this one that they're playing today against West Branch. No Cam Evanich. Minerva, a great shot to take one off of the Dukes.
Yeah, and that's, like I said earlier in the pregame show, which you should have been watching if you were not. If you're this Minerva squad, you got 2 games that you have circled. You have Marlington, you have Carrollton. Those are your 2 most winnable games. Those are the games that are going to get you in the playoffs.
Linkus takes it on first down and 10, becomes Superman again, getting off the ground. And this hop able to get him a couple, give him the 36.
If I'm
or 46
both coaching
rather.
staffs this upcoming week, I'm putting weights on their ankles and forcing them to stay on the ground.
And as for Salem next week, they will be on the road at Carrollton before coming home for Marlington and then West Branch to round out the regular season. Some winnable games in there, especially Carrollton next week and then Marlington. Handoff, it is Lane Hawk getting some space on the outside, diving towards the line to get, but they will give him up to the 50. In limbo now are the Lions, and it'll be third down and short. And now we will have a whistle as there is a down Lion on the field, and he will get some medical attention. And as he does, we will step aside on SmeeSports. 2:45 on the clock in Q3. Salem up 41-10 on the Minerva Lions. No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva, or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Look at that, some fun on the sideline for the Salem Quakers. They're loving this one, up 41-10 on the Minerva Lions. Linkus on third down. He is taken out behind the line of scrimmage. A nice tackle by the Quaker defense. And I think this has to be a fourth down and you go for it situation for these Minerva Lions.
Yeah, you have to. And while we were away, it looked like number 35 was the one that was being evaluated. It appears he's now on the sideline being evaluated for a concussion. You can see that in the bottom of your screen as the coach is running the scat. I think it's scat 7 now. So many concussion tests you have to remember as a coach.
I wouldn't remember my concussion, though. Handoff here on fourth down. Nowhere else to go. Able to slip off the first tackle, but there are the Quakers. There is the TFL on back-to-back plays. And here comes the offense once again for the visitors. Another great tackle. And speaking of another great thing, look at the cheerleaders and the band doing a great job on that far side. They're loving this one. You make that trip over here from Salem, you got to enjoy it. And they are doing that today. And now 4-3 in principle at least. One step closer to maybe that 10 seed, but you can make a magical run as a 10 seed. I've seen it happen. I mean, regional final 2022, the game that I was at, Holy Name Padua. Padua was the 10 seed.
Yeah,
I believe they knocked out Mansfield. No, we knocked out Mansfield. They knocked out somebody else. No, the year before that they took out Mansfield. That's what happened.
Yeah, and you see it all the time. College sports, it's huge. You have March Madness where you see 10 seeds advance super far all the time. So we have a flag.
That is the one knock on the Salem Quakers. A lot of false starts today. And this one, not quite, but something else. Well, could it be illegal formation even if they didn't snap the ball? Not enough on the line?
So
was the man in motion one not enough on the line, and then boom, you're not all set?
Possibly. I'm not 100% sure what they did not give us a clear hand signal there.
Kana gets it on the pitch. First down at 15. Kana is loose. Already 3 touchdowns today. And he wants to guide his squad to yet another, picking up 13 on the carry. And that should about do it for the third quarter. Once again, we do have a running clock at Robert H. Hines Stadium. And the Salem Quakers, they are 12 minutes away from improving to 4-3 on the year. Through 3 in Minerva, Ohio, it is the Salem Quakers up 41-10 on the Minerva Lions. You are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics. Well, welcome back to Robert H. Hines Stadium. Fourth quarter about to get underway. 2nd down and 1 for the Salem Quakers. It's a handoff. It's Kana. And it is yet another first down for the Bell Cowback. He has been great tonight, once again emulating older brother Joey, as you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. If 7 is your favorite number and you are attached to Week 7 of high school football, this is not the end of the line for us, as we will be active again tomorrow. 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff. Holy Name and CVCA football live at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. Monroy play action on 1st down and 10. Makes a little dart pass. It is caught in the flats, and he is spun down towards the out-of-bounds marker on the far side. Kinsey, the freshman, getting his first touch.
Yeah, that was a nice little play there. That's definitely not what you expected, but it's kind of like what you see out of Patrick Mahomes there, where you get the read going left and then just a nice little shovel pass to get him going forward.
I feel like that's more Jalen Hurts now with what he did to Dallas Goedert.
Yes.
And as well, that is the freshman Xander Kinsey, not to be confused with Xavier. Here comes Kana, already 3 touchdowns, and once again another first down. You have to feel like they want him to get a 4th here.
Oh, 100%. And he's been a very good dynamic back today. I have a feeling that they're going to get him his 4th.
If not, maybe X-Line goes for the hat trick as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see that happen at all either.
Yeah, but receivers get no love.
So we'll see what ends up happening. He is in a bunch behind Davidson on the far side. 1st down and 10. Here comes the pitch. It is Kana slipping through the defense, and he will be spun down by Timmy Kirkpatrick. Another solid pickup of around 7 on the play for the junior running back.
I love the way he runs. He is running like a man. He is going full steam ahead. He is not going to let you tackle him easily. If you try to go for an arm tackle, he is brushing you off. He's putting his head down. He's chugging his legs. He's trying to get the extra yards.
The amount of times that I heard quit the arm tackling during my days playing for Holy Name, man, it was too many times. Handoff once again, Kana, and he will have the first down. But a lot of things we had here. We heard a lot of interesting comments made from some of the parents on the sideline. We had some very interesting results our freshman year. 2-4 record. One of them was a JV game.
How are you 2-4? You didn't play 10 games?
COVID year.
Ah, yeah.
The freshman team before us was 10-0. So, I mean.
Oh, wow.
A little disappointing there for us. 3rd down and 1. They say he didn't get enough. This time more than enough. And this time it is a touchdown for Cletus Monroy.
Yeah, and that kind of felt like a Philadelphia Eagles type of deal where Kana did all the work. He got you all the way down within the 10-yard line, and then QB run gets you a touchdown.
And we will watch this one back on the replay. I think this was a perfect play call. Once again, kind of a play action. It was a read option situation. And once again, Cletus Monroy rips off a nice run. And for the first time today, he takes it to the house himself. And here comes the extra point attempt. Salem trying to make it 48-10. It's a false start, another one.
76.
That has been the big issue for them so far. A lot of false starts. They have to fix that heading into their next game against Carrollton.
Yeah, I could be completely wrong here, but I think that's the 5th I've counted in my head. And that's obviously, that's not what you want to see. You never want to have those penalties. Those should be, especially by week 6, non-existent almost.
I would have to agree. Score update, beginning the 4th quarter, 55-0, West Branch on top of Marlington. And now we await the extra point. Here comes the attempt. And it is a short one, but still through the uprights and right into the Salem High School marching band. But the Salem Quakers, they have been cooking all night, and they have cooked up another TD in the final frame. 48-10 your score, 7:50 left to go in regulation.
Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow. No quitting your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva, or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics.
It's a running clock here at Robert H. Hines Stadium. Salem up in this one, 48-10 on the Minerva Lions. The clock is running again, and here comes a squib kick, taken in at around the 20. Minerva, they need a late answer in this one, and Schick trying to bump it out to the outside, gets some extra yardage, but still a long field in front of Cannon Kirkpatrick and the offense, and we will see how they decide to approach this one. We've seen the freshman throw one pass today, or two passes, 1 for 2. One was right on the money to Nate Linkus. The other dropped by Nate Linkus.
Yeah, I think you got to let him air it out a few times. You don't obviously need to go big and get chunk plays here, but you want to see what he can do. He's a freshman. You have him for another 3 years after this. You want to know what you can do going forward.
So first down and 10 for the Minerva Lions. It's Kirkpatrick, a nice little tumble roll, getting a couple of extra yards on top of what he was supposed to get. And yet again, the resilience of the Minerva Lions always shows in games like this. They should be down quickly, but somehow in some way, this time just a simple little barrel roll. He gets a couple extra on top. And it's plays like that in a close game, maybe a Carrollton in a few weeks from now, that separates you from a win and a heartbreaking loss.
Yeah, the small plays that no one ever really notices are the ones that make the biggest difference.
Kirkpatrick on second down once again puts his head and shoulders down, and he is right around midfield, bring him up to the 49.
Bulldozed.
And this is just what Timmy Kirkpatrick does so well. The thing is, he can't handle the ball 50 times in one game.
Yeah, it's not very likely. It usually doesn't bode well. You usually get a lot of injuries. But sometimes, if that's the only option you got to.
88 carries before EBC play this season, and he is well past 100 now. Handoff on the sweep. It is Lane Hawk. Hawk once again does a nice job to keep his composure, hopping past the 45 to the 43. And yet again, Minerva doing a great job staying ahead of the sticks. You want positives to end out tonight, and these are the positives that you can easily take out of this performance.
Yeah, they stayed on schedule. They haven't made the big mistakes. Like last week, we saw them have multiple muff snaps when under center. We haven't really had those mistakes. You've obviously had the special teams errors, but we haven't had the big offensive mistakes that swayed the pendulum.
Second down and 2. It's a handoff here, and here come the Minerva Lions. It's Timmy Kirkpatrick on the near sideline, and he will be pushed out of bounds past the 25. A nice pickup on the play, and the Minerva offense once again is beginning to heat up. No touchdowns today, though, for the offense.
Yeah, but I mean, like I was just saying, they've had a good game. We haven't been here saying, well, this offense isn't really doing anything. They've gotten to the red zone, I believe, 3 times. They've been there.
On the first 3 drives as well. Just came away with that field goal. Kirkpatrick, he will roll out. He will take a shot. Pass is incomplete in the end zone, but it is blatant PI, and that'll set up the Minerva, not the Lions, nicely. Just a jump ball towards that end zone. And that grab just not necessary on that play.
No, and that's one of those ones where as a DB you're going, man, why did I even squeeze my hand? Why did I try to grab something? You just need to stay with the receiver there. The ball's thrown behind him. He has no chance to make a play on the ball. Why take him out of the equation?
And this will move them up nicely. Cannon still looking for his first career passing touchdown. And that was potentially the ball to get it. I think if he doesn't get it today, he gets it next week. I really do feel like that he is really close, and he has really improved as the quarterback. First down and 10, handoff. And it's just a pile up, not much going, but still a nice job by the Minerva O-line, able to create a little bit of space, taking the offense inside the 10. And this drive, very similar to the last one that they had against West Branch last week. You need a late touchdown from your offense. Can you find it?
Yeah, and I think they have a really good opportunity here, obviously. But going back to Cannon Kirkpatrick, I think from last week to this week, obviously I was on the sideline last week, so it's different, but I think he's improved tremendously.
It's Timmy Kirkpatrick on the shoestring initially, but able to push his way inside the 5. Timmy Kirkpatrick, he is giving it his all for the Minerva Lions.
I think last week was a wake-me-up game for Cannon Kirkpatrick. Like, I am here. West Branch is a different beast. They're a different animal. Everyone's moving faster. It's like when you make that jump to college football, all those guys say everyone's moving quicker, and then you make the jump to the NFL, and it's 100 miles per hour. I think that was kind of his wake-me-up.
So 3rd down and 1, handoff here. And I think he does get the first down, and they will say he does. So 1st down and goal, and now you have 4 opportunities to punch it in from, I'm going to say
2, 1.
They're going to say 3 yards away, but I think it's 2.
Yeah, officials standing at the 2.
Either way, do stick with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports. A lot of really good candidates on the Salem Quakers tonight. We will see who takes home those honors after our final word from sponsors. 1st down and goal on the sweep, and there is nowhere to go. It's an excellent tackle behind the line by Gorby the senior.
I really want to see a jump pass here.
Derrick Henry-esque?
Yeah, I feel like it would catch him off guard. This is your chance. Listen, what do you have to lose? Nothing. This is your chance to break out something creative, something that you worked on for 5 minutes at the end of a random 2-a-day practice and say, all right, let's try this, see what happens.
I don't hate that idea by any means. 2nd down and goal, handoff. It's Timmy Kirkpatrick, and he is able to get the yardage back. It'll be 3rd down and goal at the 2, and we now have 70 seconds on the clock, $1:10 remaining. Once again, next week we are on the road with Minerva at Marlington High School, 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff. But before that, we will have an exciting matchup tomorrow. Holy Name and CBCA football, 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. Down now to the final 50 seconds. 3rd down and goal at the 1. Handoff. Timmy Kirkpatrick trying to dive his way in, and he will get it. Touchdown, Minerva. Just like last week, at the death, the Lions find a way to score offensively. Nicely done.
Yeah, that's all you got to say about it. That's exactly what you wanted to do. It wasn't creative. It wasn't anything pretty or special, but got the job done, got in the end zone for a touchdown.
And the clock does continue to run. Kirkpatrick, he is on for the PAT. And his kick is up. It is short, but it is still through the uprights. And that'll stop the clock with 15.5 remaining. 48-17 your score. And I would venture to guess that that is going to be your final score tonight.
Yeah, and guess what? That puts it at 65. They did it.
They always find a way.
They find a way to make sure this game ends up at 65 or more. This is a wild group as we have some T-shirts being thrown out here by the Minerva Lions cheerleaders. I'm sure these fans are excited to see something fun. Leave here with a gift.
But what an anomaly for the Salem Quakers, man. How do they do this?
They were awesome in the trenches, and they won the game by being physical and not allowing to Minerva to run the clock.
So not the Mike McDaniel, you got to win the game by winning the game?
They won the game by winning the game and not losing the game. But they put the bow on it by
winning the game,
opening the playbook, and making sure that Minerva stayed off balance and never had a chance to really settle in.
Monroy with 3 touchdowns today, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground. Exelon, he had 2 touchdowns today. or X-line rather, excuse me. And then Brandon Cana, he had 3 touchdowns as well. What a wild day for both teams. To begin the second half, though, we go back to that, Bryce. Back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdowns. That set the tempo. Minerva, they got back into it on that first one, but I think their hopes ended on the second one. And really, you can say that second drive that they were held on 4th down and goal, that maybe ended their hopes. They had a shot at halftime. They had a shot.
Yeah.
But Salem quickly ended it.
When you come out and score a kick return for a touchdown, to put it within, what'd that make it? 10 to 24?
24-10, yes.
Something along those lines. That changed
27-10.
27-10, that's right. You're within 3 scores. That's not that difficult. You can do that within a quarter, as we've seen. So that changed the game entirely. And then them returning a...
Speaking of returns, a solid one here for the Salem Quakers. It is Cana driving the pile with him. He will get up to midfield, and that will do it tonight at Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium. Salem now 4-3 on the year as they take down the Minerva Lions 48-17. What a win for Cletus Monroy and company on the road tonight. They needed this one. With a loss, they would have had less than a 1% chance to make the playoffs. Their playoff hopes are still alive in Region 13.
Yeah, and this is huge for Salem and their playoff hopes. And if you're Minerva right now, you are feeling the pressure. You got to win 2 of these last 3 games. They have to find 2 wins in there. And obviously you have Carrollton and Marlington. You're expecting those to be wins, and you're going to work for those to be wins. But you never know when something could shake up differently.
And I would have to agree. I believe they need 6 and 4 to have a shot at the playoffs. You got to go on the road to Alliance next week and beat Marlington. Then you got to be able to beat the Aviators once again on the road before finally coming home to take on Carrollton. A game that was supposed to be a blowout early on, but now all of a sudden Minerva is favored. Carrollton, they were in their last game last time we checked, but I don't think they're going to walk away with that one. We'll see what ends up happening, but overall, what a win for the Salem Quakers as you see their handshake line. They are loving it today. 4-3 on the year. They had 3 wins last year, 1-4 in 1 possession games, and this year they have really flipped the script completely.
Yeah, and this is totally different. Like, last year they weren't very high scoring. I think the highest score I saw broke 40. This year, every single game they've played, one of the 2 teams broke 40, and the other one broke at least 20. So it's a very different brand of football that they're playing this year as you see them beginning to do their post-game rituals with DC down there.
You got to love it.
It's a totally different brand of football this year.
This is a team that wanted to make a statement tonight on the road at Robert H. Hines Stadium, and a statement they made. 48-17 your final. Wrap up plus player of the game when we return, as you are watching OHSAA football on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow. No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva,
or give us a call at 330-868-2117. DiDomenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics. The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes, whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter. We do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions!
Welcome back to Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium, your final 17-48. The 48 going to the Salem Quakers, and the 17 belonging to the Minerva Lions. I am Nathan Smee. He's Bryce Fisher, your player of the game, presented by SmeeSports. Let's have this debate. Right now, I'm stuck between Kana and Cletus Monroy, but I do think you have to look at the quarterback of Cletus Monroy. He led that 1-minute drill. He got them on the board early with that touchdown pass to X-Line. I think your player of the game presented by SmeeSports tonight goes to none other than Cletus Monroy.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. I think, yes, Kana got them into very good field position multiple times, but I think he was controlling the offense. Cletus Monroy was the entire game, and he had everyone in sync and communicating all on the same field.
Both teams now 4-3 on the year. My big question is, which team's 4-3 looks better right now?
If I'm looking at this from an outside perspective, I'm going with Salem. I think they've had the harder opponents, and I think Minerva has struggled in the games where we expected them to win by a lot.
And I would have to agree with that. Salem now 4-3. 3 games left to go. They have some good opponents. As for Minerva, same exact thing. They're on the road next week, a winnable game against the Marlington Dukes. Then at Alliance, that is going to be a tough game for them before closing out the season against Carrollton, another winnable game here. And then from there, if they get 2 wins out of their last 3, potentially a playoff berth for them. If not, it's back to the drawing board in 2026. But either way, if this is where they end, 4-6, successful season for Minerva Lions football, in my opinion.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that would match their win total in the past decade.
4-96 in the past 10 years,
yeah.
Yes.
So if you're them, you're very excited with where you're at. You have your coaching staff returning, most likely, putting in the systems and schemes that you just implemented this year as a first time. You're going to have everyone come back with a better understanding of the offensive playbook, and obviously you're going to lose a very good senior class, but the juniors and sophomores and your freshman QB will be returning with a great understanding of what you want.
And these guys now know how to win. That is the big thing. The last senior class, 1 win before they left, and that was a 16-7 victory against St. Thomas Aquinas. This senior class, 1 win last year, and now 4 this year, still 4-3. Either way, really impressive work from them. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram at SmeeFist2024 on Twitter, as well subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is 5,250 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. There is no added cost, but it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports. Taking a look at our next couple of games, join us tomorrow, 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. It is the Holy Name Green Wave taking on the Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy Royals. Should be a good one. Seeing another wing T-esque team, at least one of the many looks that the CBCA Royals bring out with Joey Kopech, the Rutgers commit, and then Charlie Levac, the senior quarterback, both of which are excellent talents for the Royals. Then next week, Wednesday, we are back here at Robert H. Hines Stadium. It is a girls soccer matchup. Minerva takes on New Philly. The girls now above 500. The playoff draw is Sunday. Potentially, a home playoff game for the Minerva Girls Lions soccer team. That would be incredible for them. Then on Thursday, We're back at the Marlington Soccer Complex. Boys Soccer Senior Nights as the Dukes take on the Nordonia Knights. 7 p.m. kickoff. I believe 6:40 pregame. Then next Friday, we will be at Marlington High School for the first time for some football as the Dukes welcome in the Minerva Lions. And that'll round out our coverage of Minerva Athletics for the fall season, barring any home playoff games. This is our last time here for football this year. One more time here in general. It's been a fun ride so far, and I think we have a lot of great things planned for winter. And then Bryce can finally stop being antsy for some baseball once we hit the end of March.
I'm so ready for it, and obviously with the baseball playoffs, MLB playoffs going on right now, it's got me fired up and juiced up, and I'm ready to go for the spring.
And there is a chance that we do add Tuesday, which would be Tri-C against, I believe, Ontario from Canada. But once again, the ABS needing to be fixed, that is still a TBD. And honestly, with it being fixed at Tuesday, that game's unfortunately no longer going to happen. It's been a running thing with the car, man. I mean, we're getting close. We're getting close to the end of the line, hopefully, fingers crossed. But when you have 158,000 miles on your car, that's kind of the mercy that you're at. It's still a great car. She runs great. I absolutely love that car. And it's going to have to make it through college because, well, I love the way it drives.
Yeah.
It's going to make it, man.
Yeah.
It's going to make it.
Hey, you never know, man. It might survive. There's always, if there's a will, there's a way. That's all I'm saying.
I believe a great song from back in the day, I Will Survive. So
yeah,
calling back to that for that. But either way, a lot of great games coming up. And then after our hiatus, it's on to winter. Can't believe that in 2 months from now, we will have some really fun games. I mean, 2 months from tomorrow, it's the big Warrensville Spire basketball game. And 2 months from yesterday, the Northwest Alliance. I mean, we're right around basketball season. The weather is starting to get colder outside, it's starting to get darker earlier, and the OHSAA football season somehow in some way is beginning to wind down. But that'll do it for us here at Dr. Robert H. Hines Stadium. Salem gets the win tonight, 48-17 over the Minerva Lions. He has been Bryce Fisher. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Minerva, Ohio, and we will see you again tomorrow night in Brooklyn for some more OHSAA football on SmeeSports. But this has been OHSAA football on SmeeSports presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you all again next time.